rivals and longtime playoff rivals in the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. So, look, this place is going to be goofy tonight, and everyone has their fingers and eyes and toes crossed that it's goofy in a good way.
It's been a goofy kind of series in a lot of different ways. The way that these games have played out, the twists and the turns, not just from game to game, but within games as well. You can't have a Game 7 without asking the question, how did we get here? So, Razor, how did we get here?
Well, a long and winding and circuitous route. That's how we got here. The game's at American Airlines Center. The Stars love to lose game 1 of every series, and they followed suit again this year and lost 5-1. But they won 4-3 in overtime here. That 6-2 spanking in Game 5 the last time they were in this building. Real throttling of the Avalanche in that one. In Colorado, they got the 2-1 overtime win. Tyler Seguin, the hero coming off the bench, set up by Mikko Rantanen, who's been a real storyline in this. And then the other 2 games in Mile High Air, they got demolished. 4-0, an ugly game, probably the Stars' worst game in a while. And that's saying something, the way the regular season finished up. And then 7-4 with a couple of empty netters the other night. And they've each sort of traded their haymakers in getting their own game established most. And for the Stars missing some key personnel, they've needed their checking game to be the best part of their game. And it has been in a lot of the wins. And for the Avalanche, they want the game played on the move. They dream of rush games and end-to-end games like we witnessed in Game 6. They seem to thrive on that. I think maybe the most interesting part of this series has been special teams because, you know, going into this thing, you heard it from the Stars side, you heard it from their coaching staff. Like, they can't take penalties and think they're going to survive. I know their penalty kill is equal to everybody, but they didn't want to take a bunch of penalties, and they did early on in the series, and they got through it. I mean, think of those 2 penalties they took late in regulation and on into overtime in both of the overtime wins. I think if we look back on this series and they win here tonight, as much as what goes on here tonight's going to obviously matter, we're going to look back at those 2 games and that penalty kill and the ability to overcome bad timing in ending up in the penalty box.
So you just detailed what each team had as like a recipe for what's worked in the past, what they would want here. If you do have that wide open game of Colorado that we've seen, and when it gets moving, they kind of live up to their name. It feels like an Avalanche. What is the thing or the things that you keep an eye on, you keep an ear on in this one that Dallas needs to make sure they're detailed on to prevent Colorado from doing that? Well,
slam them, right? That speed bumps in between the 2 blue lines in particular. Like, look, when Colorado's been able to just, motor into the Star zone, and they're going to do it. Look, your defense has to back off when they have all that speed and the defensemen are not getting some help from forwards. I mean, some of the best plays and moments within this series have been when the Stars as a group, certainly as 2 individuals, have been able to sort of bracket both McKinnon and Makar and use the outskirts of the rink to their advantage, like an ally, right? That I always heard this in years past. One of the brightest things that anybody ever told me. I think it was, honest to God, I think it was Josh Manson's dad. I think it was Dave Manson who said it to me first, that the lines on the ice can be like another player on the ice for you. And use them that way. Like, use the blue line. Understand that they can't get ahead of things and hold people up. So if the Stars can make it, I don't want to say a slog in neutral ice, but just play extremely well and steal that freewheeling ice away from the Avalanche, then I think that really leans things in their favor. They're a tough thing to handle. They got so many guys that can fly and have world-class puck skills, so everybody's going to have to be on board with that.
We were talking a few minutes ago during the pregame show about these Game 7s and how they're usually tight, a lot of one-goal games. They're usually low-scoring. So Pete DeBoer was asked this morning, as Michael pointed out, of what could it come down to, and he listed about 5 or 6 things,
but it's
right?
true, right?
Because you don't know. So based on this series and the way it's taken shape, is there anything that leads you to believe that one thing might rise above the others?
Not really. I think if you looked at how this thing was sort of bullet pointed at the beginning, and you looked at it and you're like, okay, they can't feed the Avalanche power play. Now, through 6 games, only one guy on their side has scored a power play goal, has scored all of them, and that's Nate McKinnon. And they've trimmed that a little bit as the series has moved along. The other thing was that they felt that the Stars' best players are going to have to be their best players. Like, you're not going to get through this with your top-end guys being ultra quiet, and you're just going to eke out 2-1 victories time and time again. And then ultimately, Jake Ottinger with his experience in that, like, Jake heads into the game tonight with 3 Game 7s under his belt and 53 Stanley Cup playoff games already. And the guy at the other end has played 6 playoff games, right? And look, Mackenzie Blackwood has shown his capabilities and his mental toughness in this series. But, if you're just looking at it in a winner-take-all game like tonight, you would probably like to have the guy that has a few skins on the wall and some experience in this over the inexperienced guy at the other end. And that was the feeling heading in, that the Avalanche might outplay the Dallas Stars, but the guys at the end of the rink might decide who actually wins the games, and that might be the case here tonight.
Aside from goaltending, you mentioned star players, and Mikko Rantanen, of course. All the headlines were going to come. It felt like maybe the situation was tailor-made the other night when he had that 4.2 period to put Dallas ahead, and they were in the driver's seat 20 minutes away. The Avalanche had something to say about it. We're here for a Game 7. But Rantanen's got 7 points in his last 2 games in this series. Is he the guy that maybe you circle whose fingerprints wind up all over this one at the other end of the rink?
Yeah, I mean, it's a distinct possibility, but there's as great a chance that it'll be Ilya Lyubushkin that scores the goal. You know what I mean? Like, it's Game 7, and many times it's somebody from your blue-collar set, not your elites, that scores that goal or makes that play that puts you over. And look, it would be as storybook and fable as you can imagine if this thing ends up going to overtime in Game 7 and Mikko Rantanen scores the goal.
Chills for Stars fans tuning in right now. We are walking you up to face-off of Game 7 between the Stars and Colorado Avalanche. We're going to drop the puck at 20 minutes past the hour. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a break. Come back right after this. We've got more in the lead-up to the greatest thing that playoffs can provide. Game 7, Dallas and Colorado. We'll be back after this on The Ticket.
This is Dallas Stars hockey on The Ticket. KTCK-FM Flower Mound, KTCK-AM Dallas Fort Worth, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket, a Cumulus media station.
I'm Matt Alsbrook, the Texas Law Dog. When you've been injured in a crash, it feels like the world's against you. You need a confident, reliable lawyer in your corner to fight for the maximum compensation. Hit me up at thetexaslawdog.com. That's thetexaslawdog.com.
I've had a number of surgeries, and frankly, I don't have time to rehab a surgery and an operation at this point in my life. I didn't want to take time off my kids' activities.
That's why former college and pro football player Bobby Carpenter turned to QC Kinetics. We couldn't be happier saving our patients like him from operating rooms and long recoveries.
I've been able to resume like normal activity for me, which is a lot of running. It's a lot of workouts. I've been very, very blessed with how it's been able to hold up.
For so long, patients have accepted surgery as the only solution. But with new technologies, the medical professionals at QC Kinetics use regenerative treatments, your body's own biologics, to help heal and restore knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
I actually ran into a friend of mine over at our golf course, and he had his knee done. It felt so well. He'd got his shoulder done. He goes, I can't thank you enough. He'd heard the commercial on the air, and so it's feeling great.
Find out how you can avoid surgery and finally get relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 972-972-8610. That's 972-972-8610. 972-972-8610.
Start your commute on 2 wheels and celebrate Dart's Bike to Work Day. Friday, May 16th. Enjoy giveaways and more at a transit facility near you, along with your chance to win a new bike from Shields. Learn more at dart.org/bike to work.
Join us at American Airlines Center this season and cheer on your Dallas Stars in person. Don't miss your chance to experience the exhilarating intensity of Texas hockey as your Dallas Stars fight all season long for a chance at the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. We're here to show everyone what Texas hockey is all about. Rugged, rough, and proud. Individual tickets are on sale now at DallasStars.com. The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
At Comerica Bank, we believe small businesses deserve major league support. That's why we provide a higher level of guidance, professional-grade tools, and game-changing solutions to help small businesses play big. During National Small Business Week, we're stepping up to the plate even more and donating $250,000 to nonprofits that help small businesses thrive. Because when our local companies win, we all win. Visit Comerica.com/smallbusinessweek. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket.
Welcome back inside American Airlines Center. We are just a few moments away from the players taking the ice for Game 7 alongside Darryl Ray, Josh Bogorod here. The atmospheres in both barns in this series, Razor, they've been electric, and it feels like the pinnacle is coming here in a few minutes.
They just rolled that enormous Stars flag. It covered, a quarter of the bottom bowl. They rolled it across. They rolled it back up again. Here now, the building is full of green lights. The Star is down at ice level. The Ice Girls have lined where the team's going to come out. I mean, there's just an air of anticipation, and they hope celebration here tonight for another Game 7 in Big D.
Stars have had a few of them in a row. This is actually the 4th straight year they've played a Game 7, the 7th straight postseason that they've had a Game 7. How much does experience matter for a group that's been in a situation like this before?
Well, look, I'll go back to 1999 and Mike Keane, a former Av, and the history that he had and won a cup with Montreal and had won a cup with the Colorado Avalanche. Look, success leaves clues, and those individuals that can play smart but play aggressive at the same time, just take what's given to you. I think a lot of times players, especially newbies, run into a rut in these elimination games where they're over conservative and they don't do anything. Fear of the big mistake, the cadaverous mistake. And I would say here tonight again, the guys that have been through it understand that you're going to have to be aggressive, but smart aggressive. And if you have more guys that have done that, maybe that pushes you through and over the top.
Only 7 first-timers in this Game 7 between the two teams. The Stars have 3 of them. The Colorado Avalanche have 4 of them. And the biggest one circled is the guy you mentioned before the break, in Mackenzie Blackwood, who's playing in just his first ever Stanley Cup playoff series. So the Stars and the Avs, this has felt like a collision course before we get the final chapter of it, and they chant inside this building. It is such a fantastic buildup here in Dallas.
How is that not an advantage?
Yeah.
And they've talked about it. They worked so hard. They wanted home ice advantage. They blow it immediately all the time because they lose Game 1. They wrestle it back, and Pete DeBoer has stated it repeatedly. I think most coaches would say the same thing or concur, and that is home ice advantage truly plays in a Game 7 when you're at home.
Well, if somebody is going to tell you about Game 7, nobody's in a better position to do it than Pete DeBoer. 8-0 all-time. When you look at that kind of a mark and his fingerprints on what this series can be, it's an astounding number. 8-4-8. Nobody, player, coach, anyone has ever won 9 Game 7s. He can make history here tonight. How important is that hand on the wheel?
Well, it's obviously, they're going nuts in here. It's obviously a nice thing to have in hand, right? But it's a scary thing also, right? Bubbles burst, whether it's the market or anything else. Stars and DeBoer would love it to just move down the path. Maybe when he's trying to get into double digits or something like that. But look, he's stated it before. It's gospel. The players are coming out here now to try to back it up. And that's what Pete's always talked about. Players decide these games, not coaches. But I truly believe that it is coaches that set the atmosphere around the team and for those players. The more normalcy, the better. And he seems to have a firm hand on that. And the guys in front of him play and win when it's Game 7.
Deafening volumes here inside American Airlines Center. Pantera in the background as the players are on the sheet of ice. We are minutes away from the start of Game 7 with an atmosphere like this. Got to ask you what you expect in the opening 5 or 10 minutes, where the first goal, obviously, in any game is pivotal. In Game 7, it just gets dialed up even more so. What do you expect to see once the puck drops?
Yeah, I mean, these atmospheres can work two ways, right? Like, you can be so jacked up if you're the home side. Try to do things you're not thinking. You want everything to slow down, maybe a little bit easier on the road. But, look, if the Stars score early and this place starts going gaga, it's going to feel like the Avalanche are playing against 10 guys on the ice, not 5 and a goaltender. And that's what the Stars would like to harness. That's what the Avalanche are going to try to survive, you would think, here in the opening 5 to 10 minutes.
The starting lineups announced. It's going to be the Hintz line. What a performance in Game 6 for that trio of Finns, with Hintz in between Granlund and Rantanen. Harley and Lyubushkin on the back end. They'll be opposed by the second line, which has been very good since being assembled together for Colorado. Gabe Landeskog, Brock Nelson, and Val Nichushkin, Lindgren, and Manson, the defensemen. So the Stars and the Avalanche, and we are just about set for action. Game 7 between these two clubs. We bring you the opening faceoff on the other side of this on the ticket.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket has been brought to you by
PNC Bank. PNC is an official partner of the Dallas Stars. By American Airlines. You are why we fly. American Airlines is the official airline of the Dallas Stars. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available. If you're a Dallas Stars fan, you know all about winning. That's why you'll feel right at home at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Start your night off with a victory of your own in our state-of-the-art poker room. Grab a front row seat to an epic concert, or sit back and catch the big game in our amazing sports bar. Come discover your next win at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket!
Welcome back inside American Airlines Center. Josh Bogorod, Darryl Ray, Game 7, Stars and Avalanche all tied up at 3. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. Razor, we look at the starting goaltenders.
Well, the man down to our left, Mackenzie Blackwood, was a major question mark heading into the series. He's a question mark tonight. His first Game 7 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Down to the right is Jake Ottinger, who has gone 2-1 in his Game 7s. A 1.54 goals against average and a .956 save percentage. So Otter has certainly done his part. You can get defined by games like this and performances like his. And here we go again.
Stars and Avalanche playing their 7th game over the last 2 weeks, each playing their 89th game of the season. For one, it's the end of the line. For the other, just the beginning of this playoff run. One game for the right to advance. Welcome to Game 7 between Dallas and Colorado. Puck is dropped and we're underway. Avs go to work. Nichushkin, an immediate save from Onger. The puck fought for in the Star zone. They're dressed in the victory green. They're going from right to left in this opening period. Rantanen closed off on the sidewall. Mikko Rantanen, Roope Hintz, both coming off of 4-point performances in Game 6. Tip on the doorstep by Hintz, went through the crease and wide. Sharp angle chance by Lyubushkin, blocked and then cleared. This is going to be icing against the Avs. The first whistle of Game 7 comes 37 seconds in.
Well, it was Val Nichushkin with the first opportunity on that one-timer from the right wing side, but this line for the Avalanche was so instrumental in their wins in Denver. The last 2 victories had trouble getting out of their own zone. Brock Nelson along the boards, they ice it. They have to stay out here, and here comes the Duchesne line.
In between Tyler Seguin and Mason Marchment, Duchesne, who was the overtime hero in double OT Game 6 between these clubs a year ago. Grabs on the left wing side, but it's taken by Nichushkin, nudged ahead, and Gabe Landeskog, who's played in every game since his return in Game 3, gets it deep, and the Avs change. No lineup changes for either side. Very familiar lineups. The Stars trying to hustle after it. A sweep by Makar goes right to Seguin. His centering pass handled by Taves, and now there's room for McKinnon. Nate McKinnon, 6 goals in the series. Drops Natchez, save made by Oettinger. The rebound pitchfork down by Duchesne. Dadonov giving chase, got cut off by Lehkonen. The two of them cancel out while Makar scoops the puck.
Well, it's 2 really good saves by Jake to begin his Game 7.
Wrapped in by Colorado, around towards Dadonov. Evgeny Dadonov got pinned up along the boards, and then a penalty coming. Parker Kelly took down Ilya Lyubushkin. Delayed call. Stars stretch it into the Av zone. They've still got the puck, so no whistle yet. 6-on-5 as Jamie Benn hands it back for Petrovic. He slides for Dadonov, now back for Petrovic. The handoff for Harley. Extra attacker, delayed call coming against the Avalanche. Stars set up in deep. Mikko Rantanen behind the net. Surveying options, goes to Ben in the right wing corner. Ben upstairs for Harley. The return to Ben. Now low for Rantanen. Still takes his time. Edge of the right dot. Up high Harley. Wrist shot saved by Blackwood. Up and off the glass. Touched by Malinsky. And Parker Kelly, who's one of 4 first-timers in Colorado's lineup in a Game 7, heads to the box.
My goodness, that shot from just inside the blue line, missed by a whisker. Yeah, it's an offensive zone penalty taken by Kelly, who's taken some penalties in the series. 16 now, 18 minutes in penalty minutes from their 4th line. Unnecessary, just over-exuberant on Ilya Lyubushkin, and this can't set up better for the Stars to take a 1-0 lead in Game 7.
A Dallas power play that's 5 for 19 in the series. It's over 26%. They've got power play goals in 5 of the 6 games. They win the draw. Harley drags it towards the right. Back for Duchesne. Gets it low off a tip and then grazed the crossbar and went over the net. Held in by the Stars. Duchesne funnels it low. Mikko Rantanen. Rantanen, 7 points in his last 2 games. Banks it up top for Harley. Harley goes back for Rantanen. Curls top of the dot for Johnston. Tried to get it to the corner. Deflected en route. And maintained by the Stars. Rantanen to Harley from inside the blue line. Back to the right wing. Rantanen lost it. Reloads for Harley. Tip in the slot goes wide off Johnston. Crowd oohing and awing with every puck that goes towards the Avs net, but it bounces out to center. Rantanen kind of got crisscrossed with his own man Hintz on the entry. Funneled it deep. It's played up the left side wall. Nichushkin a chance to clear. Nice keep by Harley. Wyatt Johnston gets it low for Rantanen. Centers for Hintz. Hot pass got away from him from tight quarters. Stars again with it. Mikko Rantanen behind the net. 55 left on the power play. To the right side, Nichushkin picked off the pass intended for Hintz, and it's clear.
Boy, I'd like the fact the Stars have a mindset to funnel pucks toward Mackenzie Blackwood in their net, and they've come close a couple times doing it.
Star second unit is out there. Mikhail Granlund crosses the line, gets it deep. Esa Lindell is the lone defenseman. Marchment, Sagan, Ben, and Granlund, the quartet of forwards wearing green. Granlund in the corner, goes back for Mason Marchment, takes it off the right side wall, angles across to Ben, sets it up Lindell, and fought off, just getting enough. Blackwood on the 55-foot chance, and then it's cleared by Colorado.
That quick half slapper from Esa Lindell right in the middle. Again, just getting rid of the puck.
Power play time down to 5 seconds left. Stars on the attack. Move it up high. Here's Ceci. Winds, fires. It was blocked by Malinsky and stung him. The other way, O'Connor, and caught by Ceci. Wanted to hit Kelly out of the box. And then the Stars play it off of Avs as they were changing. And the referees blow it down, and they point it where it will be inside the Avalanche zone for the draw.
Yeah, he was all the way off the ice, and they're not going to nail him for too many men on the ice with that one. That is a dangerous-looking power play. It doesn't produce anything, but it gave their top players, the Stars, time with the puck, time on their toes. Now we'll see what the fourth line can do here with an offensive draw.
No score early on in Game 7. We've played 4 minutes and 26 seconds. Sam Steele steps in as Blackwell kicked out of the faceoff dot against McKinnon, and it's one back towards the Stars side of things, but Natchez got to the puck first, gets it to Lehkonen, and then dumped in deep. Harley around for Steele. The Avalanche quick touch up, and Marty Natchez stood up and planted by Harley, steps inside the blue line. Beck's pass picked off by Blackwell. Oscar Beck, one of 3 Stars who have not played in a Game 7 before this. The others are Leon Bichel and Alex Petrovic. Esa Lindell reversing for Lyubushkin, and then Nelson ties up. He and Dodonov, and worked over to Lyubushkin. Up the far side wall, cut off by Colorado. Nichushkin got belted by Ben, knocked down. Puck remains in the Dallas zone. Lindell cuts off a pass along the wall, banks it over to Dodonov. Dallas unable to clear though. Landeskog sent a bouncer. It hopped off the dasher. Couple players go down, Nelson and Lyubushkin, and Jamie Benn is able to lift it out towards center ice.
Stars have been the aggressor physically here in the early going, and every hit gets amplified by the 18,500 on hand.
As you were saying that, Bichel landing one on Nichushkin with the roar in the background. Now it's Girard pulling away, feeding to the left side. Yoel Kiviranta. Boy, does he know about Game 7s in this rivalry between Dallas and Colorado from the 2020 bubble. He was wearing a different sweater. Centered Coyle looking for Kiviranta, bounced away and out to center ice.
Mikhail Granlund sniffed that one out, got his stick in that passing lane. Real nice defensive play near his net.
Fanned on by Makar, swept by Hintz, then knocked down by Makar on the shoot-in. And back come the Avalanche with speed. McKinnon down the right wing side, hits the brakes at the hash marks. Feeds it across. Nice cut down Natchez to himself, and then he forgot the puck as he shot from the near circle and fanned. Ilya Lyubushkin to center ice. Chip in from Dallas. No score, 6.5 into Game 7 between the Stars and the Avalanche. Winner of this one moves on to face the winner of tomorrow's Game 7 between Winnipeg and St. Louis. The only 2 Game 7s in the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs this year. Right side, it's McKinnon. Plays it off the boards for Taves. Devon Taves, Avs defenseman, shoots one in, heads to the bench to change. Cody Ceci in front of the Dallas bench for Steele. He'll keep it wide. Drury on it. Goes back for Manson. The veteran plays it around for Kelly. Kelly from center ice shoots in from the red line. Cut off by Jake Ottinger. Then gloved down by O'Connor. It's loose in the circle. Kelly's lost his stick. Bichel reverses it. Cody Ceci hustling after it. 4-car collision on the right wing side, and then it comes back to the near wing. Another check thrown by Bichel, this time on Drury. And the Stars Oscar Beck able to walk it out to center, had Landeskog draped on it.
2 fourth lines out there against one another. I don't think the puck had a chance to get off the boards.
And it didn't. Here come the Avs. They keep it in. Landeskog, good stick by Petrovic. A flip past Landeskog, was trying to go to Nelson, who had snuck low.
Yeah, a little turnover by Thomas Harley in his own zone and cleaned up by Alex.
Man, has he been impressive in this series. Here's the Donov shot redirected. Blackwood was off of his post, but the puck didn't get towards it. Now it's Johnston. Wyatt Johnston opened the scoring Game 7 last year. Curling, nice move, shovels, and off the glove. Left hand of Blackwood, and one of the Avs is down and a penalty coming, high sticking. Jamie Benn in the corner, and the Stars are going to be shorthanded as they check on Val Nichushkin.
If it's the captain, it'll be his first penalty of the series, which is something else.
11:32 left in the first period. Stars to the box. No score. It's a 4-minute double minor against Jamie Benn. Avalanche power play on the other side of this. You're listening to Stars Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the ticket.
If you're a Dallas Stars fan, you know all about winning. That's why you'll feel right at home at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Start your night off with a victory of your own in our state-of-the-art poker room. Grab a front row seat to an epic concert, or sit back and catch the big game in our amazing sports bar. Come discover your next win at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Hey everyone, Adney and Verk here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Verk and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket!
Awesome to have you with us here tonight from American Airlines Center, Game 7, Stars and Avalanche. And the Stars had a power play early in this one tonight, couldn't get it done. Jamie Benn was just assessed a double minor. This is the third high-sticking double minor of the series the Stars have taken. Rope Hintz, Mason Marchment, and now the captain. The only goal the Avalanche have scored was on Hintz's double minor when he high-sticked Nate McKinnon in this building. So, look, it's a grand matchup between what was a sizzling power play for the Avs in the regular season against a penalty kill for the Stars that ranked number 1 in the NHL 75 games into the year. And this is a moment here tonight in Game 7.
4 minutes on the board for the captain. They are standing, waving the white towels, trying to urge on that PK you speak of. Colorado, 3 for 19, translates to just under 16% so far in the series. They started 2 for 5, 1 for 14 since Nate McKinnon scored in the first period of Game 2.
It's those righties you worry about. McKinnon's a right shot. Natchez is a right shot. Makar is a right shot.
And off the draw, it's controlled by the Stars. 4 humongous minutes, and the Stars able to clear it all the way down. The captain watches on from the penalty box as Natchez goes back for Makar. Plenty of time for the defenseman who tallied 30 goals in the regular season, but he ran himself into traffic. The Stars take it away, tried to clear it, hit the referee, and then the Avalanche clear it themselves. McKinnon and Landeskog not on the same page. McKinnon back in with speed, forehand. Low shot handled by Ottinger and cleared by Dallas.
Nobody is handling that burst other than the netminder, and the left pad of Jake Ottinger spit that one back out.
Nate McKinnon speed one more time over to Natchez. Hintz a good stick to thwart the opportunity. Avs bring back in across the blue line onside. Landeskog, Natchez sees he went down to block the slap pass. And then it's up to Makar. Kicked away. McKinnon with it, outer edge, left side, over to Landeskog. A terrific stick by Johnston, broke it up, and he clears.
Saved a goal there, I think. You know, that their top unit, I've said it many times during the series, they just love seam passes. That is their go-to. And the Stars have been diligent and excellent at breaking them up.
The Avs in one more time. Jonathan Drouin back for Taves. Second unit on for Colorado. Drouin off the right wing boards. Keeps the puck, feeds high to Taves. Now to the left side, Nichushkin, who drew the call. It's Drouin, pressured, got it over to Taves. Taves angles, and another stick on another seam pass. This time Harley sent it up and out of play.
You know, Josh, they just seem so reluctant to sort of dumb down their power play and just go with shots at the point and crowd the net, try to take the vision away from Jake Oettinger, create some just abouts and some rebound opportunities. You think of the 3 power play goals in the series, like, for my money, the first 2 probably shouldn't have gone in off the stick of Nate McKinnon. You know, one went off Lyubushkin's glove and past Oettinger. The other one probably should have been stopped.
Dallas wins another face-off, and they get another clearance off the glass and all the way down. 15 seconds left in the front end of the double minor. So far, the Stars' penalty kill that has been so heroic throughout the series has been that way through the front end of their first look of Game 7. Avalanche set it up. Now into the second half of the double minor. McKinnon possesses. Big guns back out there for Colorado. Nate just low. Jam play, and Oettinger had it sealed on the far side. Oscar Beck unable to clear it off the boards. Then he leaves it for Ceci, who sends it down the ice.
You know, as much as Esa Lindell is the big toe of this penalty kill, Cody Ceci has been incredible on that side of special teams in this series.
What an acquisition he was from San Jose in the same trade that brought Granlund over. McCarr to the right point, spins away from Johnston. Top of the zone, feeds to McKinnon on the left wing side. He spins once, finds McCarr again, walks it high slot, shot, and he painted the glass. Boy, when there's room for him, is it dangerous. McKinnon left circle or left corner. Cut off by Lyubushkin, just out-muscled McKinnon on the boards. Popped out, Lehkonen there. Reloads for McCarr, kept in on the line. Landeskog for Lehkonen. Back left side, and the shot by McKinnon went wide. Under a minute to go in the power play. A 4-minute power play for Colorado in the first period of Game 7. Cleared again by Dallas off the glove of McCarr. Over to McKinnon. And on the right side, he took a drop from Landeskog. Then he turned it over and shorthanded. But Kyle Granlund goes the other way off the bench. Lindell joins. Granlund tried to make a move, and Taves played it well. Clock continues to go. 30 seconds left in the Jamie Benn double minor for high sticking. Coyle at the right point, got it to Taves, who sent it down. Pinned along the boards was Nelson, knocked to a knee by Ceci. Gets up, it's Nichushkin, walks in, and cannot stuff around Oettinger. Lindell gave a slash to Coyle away from the play. Shot, save, Oettinger. Loose puck, still loose, fought for, and Oettinger held his ground. Avs hold the zone. 5 seconds left in the man advantage. It's Nelson. His pass was behind Nichushkin, who cut low, and the Dallas PK gets through it again. They ice the puck as they go nuts inside American Airlines Center.
Well, look, there is a long way to go in Game 7, but that looked like a game-winning penalty kill considering the circumstances, and the throng here is letting them know it. Oettinger didn't have to do a lot, but did enough, and they bail the captain out. If the Avalanche lose this series to the Stars, the number one culprit is going to be their inability to score power play goals at the right moment.
3 for 21 now on the man advantage in the series. Here comes Duchesne, leaves it for Ben. First bout of 5-on-5 hockey in a while. 7 and change left in the first period. No score, Game 7. Logan O'Connor swiped away by Liam Bischel. And Marchment will be the first to it. Gets it up the boards and out to center ice. Flipped in by Colorado. Thomas Harley Sends it around. Long reach by the 6'7 Bischel. Helped the Stars clear it. Malinsky finds Lindgren. With Colorado changing, bounces right back to the Colorado defenseman. Malinsky off a stick from the near side, then it dances the dasher. Cece's first on the scene, got it for Rantanen, one hand to the head. Dallas with numbers. Rantanen in, hits to his left. Rantanen, backhand save. Blackwood with the stop. He holds on with 6:27 left in the first period. No score between the Stars and Avalanche. A 4-minute kill from the Dallas PK. Help keep it that way. You're listening to Dallas Stars Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
Congratulations to the Stars on a terrific season. I'm looking forward to a long playoff run. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. If you're looking for a new car or truck, City Credit Union's online application and quick decisioning make it easy. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we do everything online. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey Texas, summer's coming and it's bringing the heat. If your AC isn't ready, you're not the boss. The heat is. Hi, I'm Haley Moss, the boss at Moss Heating and Cooling. At Moss, we put you in charge. A spring tune-up from Moss Heating and Cooling keeps your system running strong. So when it hits 100 degrees, your AC won't break a sweat. Don't wait for a meltdown. Schedule your spring tune-up today at askmoss.com. That's askmoss.com. When you have to get it right, get Moss.
Hi, I'm Nick at Dowerth Restoration. What would you do if your business was suddenly struck by a disaster, a flood, a fire? What if water soaked everything inside your office? Well, it's never pleasant to think about such things, but you never know when it'll happen to you. That's why you need to remember this one thing. DowerthRestoration.com. Since 1976, we've been there for the ones who thought it would never happen to them. It's good to have friends in the restoration business.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket! Well, they worked to earn a home ice for this very game. They lost game 1 of the series. They'd like to win game 7 here tonight, and they had the best home penalty kill in the National Hockey League all season, and they just bowed up here with a 4-minute kill to get their captain out of the box. Just think of the times that the Avalanche have had the opportunity with their power play in the series, and it has fizzled on them.
Stars win the faceoff. Thomas Hartley from the left point sent a floater. Rantanen's stick was being tied up by Makar. And then Taves the other way for Nichushkin. Dallas steals it at the blue line. They counterattack. Granlund with a shot off the right arm of Blackwood. Brock Nelson grabs and scoots forward for Colorado. Keeps it on his blade across the Dallas blue line, then deflected off Harley, up and off the netting. We get the whistle, 6:01 left in a scoreless first.
It was interesting. Pete DeBoer played the underdog card hard to the kind of amusement of Jared Bednar, the head coach of the Avalanche, after that Game 6 in Denver. But look, without Miro Heiskanen, without Jason Robertson, it's pretty true. I mean, this isn't a third overall team on paper right now, but they're kind of playing like it.
Goal all along was to keep the runway in this postseason long enough for the chance to get both guys back. That requires a win tonight. Marchment with a block, and then he chases it down, but it went so far in front of him, he'll catch up in the corner, and then it keeps along the perimeter where Colorado will exit their zone. Off of Kiviranta, and then taken by Bischel. His bank pass misses everyone and results in an icing against Dallas.
Yeah, the Avalanche like to try to stand and step up with their defense, and the Stars have exposed that a few times in the series because of the way they exit their own zone. They send a forward just driving out of the zone, anticipating that they're going to get possession, and it pulls the guy out of there. And sometimes when they don't have forward coverage, there's a lot of ice.
Stars will play towards the blue line. Makar with the glove moved it to Taves. And play continues on.
I didn't think you were allowed to do that.
Yeah, sure looked like a hand pass. They rule incidental. Nate just flings it wide on the re-entrance from Colorado. Nate McKinnon in the corner. Goes to the left corner for Natchez, and then a shot by Taves redirected and just missed the net. Ben like a wrecking ball into Makar on the near side boards. Stars bring back with possession. Petrovic to Ben. Sets it up for Bischel. Room for him to skate. 20 years old. Flips it in from across center. Heads to the bench to change. Cut off by Lindell at the left point. Banks it in deep. McKinnon there. Shoulder to shoulder with Ben. Both men stay upright. And Makar pursued doggedly by Johnston. Got it out for Parker Kelly, who was shadowed right at center ice when he received the pass. Two Stars bookend Kelly on a check. Drury steps in to take control for the Avalanche. Got it to Kelly, who swung it up to the right point, Malinsky. Left side now, Girard. Shot floated and punched by the right arm blocker of Ottinger, and Dallas able to clear. 4:17 and counting left in this first period. Stars and the Avs. Lyubushkin gets chased. Ilya Lyubushkin to the far side, out of the reach of Rantanen.
I think he got a chunk of it.
Yeah, icing waved off. The back linesman had it, and the front one, who was closer, agreed with you. On we play. Lyubushkin for Blackwell, who twists and turns to accept the puck on the boards. Off a deflection, steal in, and Oscar Beck tried. Give him credit, but he was offside. So with 3:49 left in the first period, we break. No score between the Stars and Avalanche here on Game 7. This is Dallas Stars Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
Hey Stars fans, look no further than the Children's Health Star Centers for the coolest birthday party in town. With 4 different packages to choose from, you can find the perfect party that works for any size group. Enjoy private ice time, party rooms, pizza, broom ball, and more for the best party around. So be sure to think of the Children's Health Star Centers for your next birthday or private event. For more information and inquiries, please visit us at dallasstars.com/starcenters.
Es Ford Truck Month. Desde la ciudad hasta el campo y en todo el estado, es hora de aprovechar una estampida de ahorros en las nuevas camionetas Ford, como la Ford F-Series, las camionetas más vendidas en el país por 48 años consecutivos. Ahorra en grande en la línea completa de nuestras confiables camionetas, incluyendo la Ford Ranger y Maverick. Apresúrate y ven a Truck Month en tu concesionario Ford de Texas. Basado en ventas totales de 1977 a 2024 CY.
Longer seasons are the new normal, which is why Ultimate Season Pass from TXU Energy gives you 50% off energy charges during peak winter and summer, plus even more months of automatic savings.
There's nothing better than energy savings that just keep going.
And going.
Who doesn't love more comfort for more months?
Enjoy Texas-sized savings for Texas-sized seasons.
With Ultimate Season Pass, the savings go on and on.
And on. Over $450 a year.
All aboard?
TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Visit TXU.com for more information. Rep number 10004.
Stars Hockey on the Ticket.
The Ticket. Under 4 minutes remaining in the opening period of Game 7. Stars and Avalanche scoreless. Man, these two teams are evenly matched. They really are. You know, forget about shots. The shots are 5-3 in favor of the Avs. I think 4 of the 5 shots they have been on that 4-minute power play. Jamie Benn got his money's worth on the double minor with a cross-check right into the grill of Val Nichushkin. Used to be line mates.
Just add one more to the intertwined history of players in this rivalry. Turned over by the Avs. Nichushkin, the one who did it. Steal, then back. It bounced over his stick on the rebound. Harley, and blocker save made by Blackwood.
It's a couple times Val Nichushkin's had all kinds of trouble with a puck pass to him on the right wing side, and they ice the puck here now. And we know this from seeing him in a Stars uniform. He can get really frustrated, and he was mad at himself on it. I'm watching him on his way back into his own. He wanted to slap his stick. He's a left shot. He's over on that right wing side, so a lot of those passes are on his backhand. He'll be an interesting guy to watch tonight.
3 goals in the series, including 2 in Game 6. The one that opened the scoring, and then a huge one in the third period to tie it and spur on that Colorado comeback.
Doesn't have a point in the games in this building.
The Avs walk it to center. After the icing, they win the faceoff, get it deep. They can get the change that they were unable to prior to the icing. Out at center ice, it's Duchesne. Flings it rink wide, cut off, and now the Avs back in. Natchez for Makar. Makar's shot redirected and goes wide. McKinnon back for Makar. Dancing at the blue line, shoved by Sagan. Puck loose in the corner, played back up the wall. Sagan with it, calmly took his time and chipped it past Makar. 2:47 and counting left in the first period. Zeros on the board here in Game 7. Stars Jamie Benn at the Colorado blue line, feathers it towards the corner. Lehkonen sent it around the wall, and it's back for Taves, checked by Wyatt Johnston. Stars to Donov towards Lindell, handcuffed a bit. O'Connor to a knee, then got caught by Lindell, and the Avalanche have to retreat.
It's interesting watching the two coaches now with little cat and mouse trying to get their favorable matchups as far as personnel. I think the Stars would like to have Wyatt Johnston out there against McKinnon.
The Avs bring in O'Connor turning off the right wing. He gets hit and cut off by Bischel, never able to get the shot away or turn it towards the net front. Winds up in the trapezoid behind the net where more physical activity. These two teams combined for 440 recorded hits in the first 6 games of the series.
Got Parker Kelly and Leon Bischel going at one another again. Here you go again.
Petrovic this time hit Kelly, yeah. When Kelly hits Bischel. When this pair on defense is out there along with Kelly, it's buckle up time. Rantanen awkwardly down in front of Malinsky. They cancel one another out, and it's Yoel Kiviranta leading the counterattack for Colorado. Closed off by Lyubushkin right at the edge of the Dallas bench. Stars making a change. Rantanen to center ice. Lifted it in on the backhand. Beck in pursuit, trying to pry around Manson, unable to do it in the nick of time. Then Lindgren shoved by Steele. Puck inched up the boards. Drouin couldn't get it out of the zone. So it's behind the net for Steele, who squeezes his way past Lindgren in the closing minute of the first period of Game 7. No score so far. Yoel Kiviranta checked by Blackwell. The hero in this building in Game 2, which helped the Stars come back into the series. They haven't trailed in the series since. All the way down. No icing here as it's into the Colorado zone. Scooped by Taves behind the Colorado net. Over to Makar and ahead for Nelson. Now Ceci in front of the Stars bench. Put it right off the body of Nelson, who coughed it up at center ice. Back comes Duchesne of Dallas. Puck poke checked away from him as he crossed the blue line. Makar taking his time in the Colorado end. Tosses into drive with a pass to Landeskog. Glove down on that dumping attempt. Then played off the stick of Marchment. Taken one more time, Nichushkin give and go with Drury. Nichushkin behind the net, shoveled towards the net front. The final seconds burn off. A shot at the horn by Lindgren that a couple of the Stars take minor exception to. And we are 1/3 of the way through regulation in Game 7. The score raiser exactly how it started, 0-0.
Yeah, we're 2/3 of the way from overtime here in Game 7 as well, the way these two teams have matched each other. And look, I think the biggest moment or moments in that opening period were obviously the double minor to Jamie Benn and the Stars' ability to kill it off, which has been really the thread throughout the 6, now 7 games in the series. The 5-on-3 immediately in this building in game number 1, and as we mentioned, the 3 double minors, the penalties late in regulation of tie games in that, and the Stars have survived almost all of it.
Yeah, incredible work by the Dallas PK. Certainly their highlight of the period. Both teams on the man advantage, and through that all, only 9 combined shots in the opening period. A lot of Game 7 shape being taken.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to make the big bad, right? And both teams are putting as much as they have into everything and playing well. Like that was an extremely well-played first period in a lot of ways, which you would expect. And I would think, we're going to see how it plays out, but I would think failed power plays affect the Avalanche much more than failed power plays affect the Dallas Stars.
Well played by 2 very good hockey teams that meet their conclusion of the opening round series here tonight in a 7th and decisive game. Fans, want to remind you that Victory Club memberships presented by Lexus are officially on sale for the 2025-26 season. Securing a membership now will offer exclusive benefits like priority access to pre-sales, tickets at a preferred rate, and more. Limited memberships are available, so don't miss out. Visit DallasStars.com/victory and secure yours. No score between the Stars and Avs. 1 period in the books. You're listening to Game 7, and coming up next, it's the Kia First Intermission Report with Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine right here on The Ticket.
This is Dallas Stars hockey on The Ticket. KTCK-FM Flower Mound, KTCK-AM Dallas-Fort Worth, Sports Radio, 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket, a Cumulus media station.
An accident can leave you struggling to pay for medical bills. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe you deserve justice no matter your financial situation. That's why you don't pay us unless we win your case. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Dallas, Texas.
Start your commute on 2 wheels and celebrate Dart's Bike to Work Day. Friday, May 16th at Ackerd Station. Enjoy giveaways, free snacks, and more. Text DART to 22126 for your chance to win a Trek Marlin bicycle courtesy of Shields. That's DART to the number 22126. One lucky winner will be randomly selected earlier and announced at the event on May 16th. Learn more at dart.org/bike to work. That's dart.org/bike to work.
There's a reason pretty much all of us here at The Ticket have nothing but kind words for Tony Cooper and his team at All Pro Foundation Repair.
All Pro is the first foundation repair company to offer all forms of repair instead of just one or two.
So if you see soil pulling away from your foundation or if doors are sticking a little more than usual,
that's when you need to call All Pro Foundation Repair to schedule a free evaluation.
Call 877-MEAN-GREEN or go to allprofoundationrepair.com.
All Pro Foundation Repair, the right solution for your home.
Dr. Anna and I both had life-changing experiences in medical school.
I witnessed a procedure that gave clear sight to a blind man.
I had really poor vision, so I scrimped and saved so that I could afford LASIK.
How did you feel when you walked outside?
That was the moment I knew exactly what I...
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Remember, that's Cars with a K.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, two-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Visit thetexasattorney.com. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. That's Bailey & Gallion. Visit thetexasattorney.com.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
B1's too many DFW home sellers make this costly mistake, picking the agent who promises the highest listing price. But Orchard knows pricing too high chases buyers away, drags out your sale, and forces painful price cuts. In the end, you can walk away with less money. That's why Orchard agents use a one-of-a-kind pricing model built on millions of data points. It combines advanced market data with expert local knowledge. They price your home right from day one so it sells fast and for more money. Another huge Orchard advantage, they give you the cash up front to buy and move into your new home before your old home even hits the market. That way you skip all the hassles of selling. Orchard even takes the guesswork out of repairs and upgrades, handling it all for you. Orchard redefines real estate, giving the top agents in your area the best products to get your home sold. Sell smarter, make more with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at orchard.com or call 1-844-421-SELL. 1-844-421-SELL.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
The Stars are taking a breather between periods, but we keep taking shifts. It's Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine on the Dallas Stars Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Scoreless after one period in Game 7 from the American Airlines Center, the Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. The Intermission show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Bruce, shots 5-4. Think about that with the shot totals we saw from Colorado in Game 6, also in Game 4. You have to be detail-driven. You have to be tight defensively. In a game like this, both teams were, but really the storyline was what both teams did while killing penalties.
Yeah, more importantly, Colorado only has 2 shots on goal at 5-on-5, which if the Stars can keep that up is going to bode very well for them tonight. Penalty kills, big portion of that first period, especially for Dallas. Now, Colorado was in the penalty box early, holding penalty, unnecessary in the offensive zone, but the Stars couldn't make them pay. Tried a couple of deflections in front, but no real solid chances for the Stars on the power play that really forced Mackenzie Blackwood into making ridiculously tough saves. Dallas, in fact, on that 2-minute power play, played their top unit most of the time and wound up with 1 shot on goal. Then just a few minutes later, Jamie Benn takes a penalty that, quite frankly, you can't take in a Game 7. Jamie Benn, he gets called for high sticking, even though it was a cross-check up high on Val Nichushkin, another inch or 2 higher, and that would have been to the face and would have been a 5-minute major and a game misconduct.
Shades of the penalty on Mark Stone in Game 6.
Right, and this was one that you can't take, but the Stars did a great job. The penalty kill was very aggressive into the passing lanes. If there was a bobble on the puck, they jumped on it. There was one really good look, and that was Nate McKinnon going wide and going from backhand to forehand, snapping the puck far side. Ottinger with a pad save. But the penalty kill, killing a double minor, was huge for the Stars. In fact, Colorado had 3 power play goals. The McKinnon one, and Val Nichushkin and Natchez each went to the net hard, and Ottinger just stuffed the post and got some help from his defense as far as clearing away the rebounds. That was the extent of it for Colorado. Dallas has to spend a little more time in the Avalanche zone 5-on-5. I know Dallas has 4 shots on goal. They actually have more shots on goal 5-on-5 than Colorado, but they're not controlling the puck and wearing Colorado down. Here in the second period with the long skate to the bench, having that time in the offensive zone really creates havoc as far as teams being able to get to the bench and changing out. Dallas needs to spend more time forcing Colorado to defend in their own end.
A lot of one and done in that opening period. Again, shots are 5-4 Colorado. We got a few seconds here. Both goaltenders were tidy in the first period. Jake had more work to do because of that 4-minute power play, but you got Game 7 jitters. You got a guy for Colorado who's never played in a Game 7. Jake Ottinger's been great in his Game 7 career, but both guys obviously great so far.
So far, very good. Jake Ottinger's first 2 shots against were ones you don't want to give up. One was a Val Nichushkin one-timer from the right circle. Natchez coming down the middle from about 30 feet out, snapped one on net that Ottinger made look pedestrian. On the other end, Mikko Rantanen had a 2-on-1 with Roope Hintz, but he was on his backhand, didn't want to pass it through the middle, so he tries a backhand that Mackenzie Blackwood had rather easily covered up and stopped. But for the Dallas Stars, those odd man rushes few and far between. Can't allow Colorado to get that kind of space where a Natchez or Nichushkin gets that quality look.
That's Bruce Levine. I'm Michael Dixon. We're on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. No score and no real surprise with how tight this series has been. The Stars and the Avs in Game 7. The winner moves on. The loser goes home. Coming up next, we'll check with Bruce on, well, not the out-of-town scoreboard. I guess we'll just chat back and forth before we go back downstairs. This is Dallas Stars Hockey on The Ticket.
Join us at American Airlines Center this season and cheer on your Dallas Stars in person. Don't miss your chance to experience the exhilarating intensity of Texas hockey as your Dallas Stars fight all season long for a chance at the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. We're here to show everyone what Texas hockey is all about. Rugged, rough, and proud. Individual tickets are on sale now at DallasStars.com. Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit children's.com to learn more.
If you're a Dallas Stars fan, you know all about winning. That's why you'll feel right at home at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Start your night off with a victory of your own in our state-of-the-art poker room. Grab a front row seat to an epic concert, or sit back and catch the big game in our amazing sports bar. Come discover your next win at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles toward your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free checked bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, just took the Tacoma off-road, deep into the woods, got to this hidden campsite only it could reach.
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Hey, wait, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Uh-huh, yeah, thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
If you're a Dallas Stars fan, you know all about winning. That's why you'll feel right at home at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Start your night off with a victory of your own in our state-of-the-art poker room. Grab a front row seat to an epic concert, or sit back and catch the big game in our amazing sports bar. Come discover your next win at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Sometimes a situation arises where you have to take your best shot. Criminal defense, serious injury, wrongful death. Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. When you need to take your best shot, there's one name to remember. Chris Lewis & Associates, your law firm for criminal defense and catastrophic injury. Don't let a conviction or severe injury destroy your life. When you have one shot, make it your best. Let us fight for you. Call 214-444-1000 or visit lewisdefense.com.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Congratulations to the Stars on a terrific season. I'm looking forward to a long playoff run. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. If you're looking for a new car or truck, City Credit Union's online application and quick decisioning make it easy. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we do everything online. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine have Instant Stars Hockey HSOs during this intermission report. Brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
No score after 20 minutes from the American Airlines Center. The intermission show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. I'm Michael Dixon. He's Bruce Levine. We're on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. Bruce, very tight first period, especially at even strength. What do you look for in the second?
Well, we've seen how Dallas wants to match up their lines. They want the Finn to win line going up against the line of Nichushkin, Nelson, and Landeskog. If the fourth line can continue to handle McKinnon's line and keep them off the scoreboard, that's a bonus for Dallas. What I want to see is Matt Duchene's line and Jamie Benn's line, Wyatt Johnston, putting some pressure and getting a goal or two.
Yeah.
Stars need that depth scoring. Haven't had it in Game 6 as that finish First line was fantastic, but needed some help. Got to have it in Game 7. Who's going to be the hero? Might be someone we haven't thought of yet. Maybe that fourth line, which looked awfully good.
All right, no score after 20 minutes from the American Airlines Center. Very tight, especially at even strength. Shots on goal, 5-4 Colorado. Let's go back downstairs for the second period. The guys calling the game, Josh Bogerat and Daryl Razor Red.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Yeah, and of those 9 combined shots on goal, 4 of them came on the combined power plays. The 4-minute double minor against the Stars leading to the extended Avs power play, and then the Stars have a single 2-minute power play. And the longer this game goes, Razor, and the more it looks like that, the bigger the first goal feels like it becomes.
You're not wrong. I don't know if it'll be the only goal of the game, but it'll be an important one. And look, there's not a lot of room down there, whether it's at full strength or even on the power plays. There has not been a lot of room. And I think that favors the Stars. I mean, their best games in this series have been when their checking game has been on point, and they look like they were tight with that as a group and individually. You know, Pete DeBoer mentioned it this morning. They have to have 3 of the 4 lines really going, 5 of the 6 defensemen having a good game here tonight. And I think both sides are relatively pleased with that opening 20 minutes of play. The 2 main defensemen played half the period because they play in every situation. Yep. Cale Makar and our boy Thomas Harley.
So the puck is dropped to begin period number 2. Long change. See if that opens anything up here in this must-win Game 7 for both sides. Ryan Lindgren lifts it in from the red line. Harley will go back, collect it off the backboards. And ahead, Rantanen. He'll angle it, and it just got away from Hintz. Icing waved off. Hintz, big collision into the end wall with Manson, who fell on top of him in the aftermath.
Must have skipped off the top of the blade.
There's a shot. Harley blocks that chance from Nelson. Puck stays in play. It's Lyubushkin going the other way. Fought off the pickpocket attempt from Nelson. Stars in. Granlund, and off of skates, slides innocently in on Blackwood, who makes the save and hangs on.
I can't take my eyes off of Wyatt Johnston in this game here tonight, and for the obvious reason that, game-winning goal against Seattle in Game 7 here a couple of years ago, scored the first goal of Game 7 in the win over Vegas last year, and he just seems to turn into more of an all-round, dig-in, physical player in this scenario than he is on most nights when he's exquisite.
Cale Makar lifts it out towards center ice. Johnston out there right now, but Nate just took it away from Ceci on a clearing attempt. Lindell helped keep the puck moving. Jamie Benn with it. Ahead for Wyatt Johnston. Crosses the blue line. Chips it wide of the net. Catches up. Fed it in front. Lehkonen goes down, but got it to the corner first. Johnston, couple switches on Makar, who cut him down. Knocked him along the corner boards, and then back come the Avalanche. They turn it over crossing the line, and it's the Stars on the rush. Evgeny Dadonov keeps it wide, and his centering pass never made it to the front of the net. Makar with it.
Man, that was a drop pass by Devon Taves, the defenseman, at the offensive blue line with the Avs changing. Oopsie daisy.
Petrovic for Dallas. Off the stick of Girard. Hops into the Avalanche defensive corner boards. Malinsky, he gets pursued. Going down was Tyler Seguin. And up towards the point, Petrovic kept it in only momentarily. Kelly with the chip. And Bichel is first on the scene for Dallas. Reverses for Petrovic, then up for Duchesne. Lobbed it on the backhand. The head start. Malinsky on Seguin, got there, rimmed it around to O'Connor, waiting between the blue lines. And then offside is Parker Kelly, a little over-anxious on the rush across the Dallas blue. That's offside Colorado.
That fourth line for them has been effective in the series, especially the guy that had the puck there, Logan O'Connor. 2 goals and 5 points and a +4. It pretty much, it does. It matches his production from the previous 31 playoff games that he had. But they have been a little out of sorts to begin Game 7 here tonight. The penalty by Kelly to go offside there, just not as flowy as we saw them earlier in the series.
Nate McKinnon has opened up a sizable gap. He's lapped the field. His 10 points lead everyone in the series, but O'Connor, yes, still even quiet the last few games, tied for second in Avs points. Josh Manson with the bank, and it took a hop over Lindgren and all the way back where the Colorado netminder has to play at Blackwood. Off the back dasher boards, hopped awkwardly, and it's up near the point, then helped out by Colorado. Coyle tossed it in. Labushkin fights off the contact to get to it and clear. We've played almost 3 minutes here of this second period. No score, Game 7, Dallas and Colorado. Nelson leaving for Landeskog on net. That's the first shot of the period. Stick save by Ottinger. And then a good stick by Mikko Rantanen. Intercepted the pass from the Chushkin. Chip in by Beck. He'll go wide of Girard. Catch up in one hand towards the corner. Clogged up by Malinsky. And out of the wreckage comes Landeskog. They move it through center ice. Drop it for the trailing defenseman Girard. Avs are now in. Shot. Got onto Ottinger off a deflection. And it ended right there. No rebound as he secured.
Yeah, lots of allies in and around Jake Ottinger to box out, get under sticks, make sure that nobody gets to a loose puck if there is one, and there wasn't one as he absorbed it. This is full contact chess is what we're witnessing here tonight through a period and a bit. And understandable magnitude of the night. Both teams just saying, look, you make that mistake. Go ahead. Daring the other side to do it.
Nobody's blinked yet. We're 23 minutes and 20 seconds into this hockey game.
And the Stars are winning a lot of faceoffs tonight, a lot of them.
They won that one and played it up the boards but didn't clear, so it's still trapped inside their zone. And then knifed ahead, Dodonov got it to Ben. Stars captain from center ice sends a hopper. Missing it with the stick was Blackwood in the in-tight attempt. Dodonov went wide of the net. That was an unnecessary elevated heartbeat from the Colorado netminder as they ice it.
Yeah, I don't know why goalies don't just use their glove hand. It's a glove. There's, why not just reach down and glove the puck instead of watching it bounce off the end boards and come right back out in front dangerously? And that's exactly what happened on Blackwood, whose save percentage for the series is dipped under 90%.
Sets up this face-off win for the Stars, and they're on the attack. Duchesne, right wing wall, shot! Got through traffic, but Blackwood was there to take it, and no rebound. He hangs on.
I was fascinated by the comments from both goaltenders. Very zen-like heading into Game 7. Blackwood was quoted as saying, just appreciate why you play. There are ups and downs, but you just have to kind of zoom out, look at the big picture and say, you're fortunate enough to be here, so play the best you can. It's a good attitude.
He looks to his left. The Stars win the draw. Petrovic shot goes wide. Marchment was attempting the reach redirection. Couldn't get it. Then Duchesne went feet first into the sideboards. The Avalanche bring it in on the attack. And then it's saved by Ottinger. A fly in by Parker Kelly, and he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, he's eaten up by Bischel.
Lindgren from the top of the zone, and his shot goes wide, bounced high off the dasher, stayed in play, and the Avalanche steal it. They go to work once again. Logan O'Connor. O'Connor along the corner. It is dug for and pinned up along the boards. Sticky inside Dallas territory. The referee nearby, Wes McCauley watching it. It's worked out. The Avs hold the zone. Josh Manson tried to make a move on Sagan, who poked it out to center, and Manson had to desperately recover.
He's a big, rugged D-man, but he's capable of the big blunder, too.
Turnover here, Natchez, and the Stars are in. Granlund, right side, flips it on net. And Mackenzie Blackwood there to collect. He hangs on. 15:02 left in the second period, still no score.
I mean, there haven't been a lot of scoring chances in the game. Every time there's a puck on net, you could just sense the building with some expectation, and a little loosey-goosey with the puck, and turnovers, manage the puck, reminders, I'm sure, on both benches in both rooms about that, but you can't get paralyzed by just not doing anything.
Dallas wins the faceoff. Nice move, Harley. Then twists onto the forehand. Angles across Lyubushkin. Shot blocked by Nichushkin. And Taves up the boards where it's cut off by Ilya Lyubushkin. Held it in. Bounced over the stick of Taves. Comes to the near side. Rantanen goes for Granlund. Short pass back for Rantanen. Funneled it behind the net. Hintz goes to the corner where he's tracked by Nichushkin. One-handed pass cut off by Makar. Stars Harley keeps it in. Goes low. Granlund delaying and could not reach around the right pad of Blackwood, who had it long enough to get the whistle.
How quickly is the cognition to turn just a run-of-the-mill keep-in into that scoring chance? You know, you have Granlund who loiters down deep in the zone, anticipating that Harley's going to be able to keep that puck in, and when he does keep it in at the right point, right at the blue line, it's just spin and rip it right through just a wide-open path to Granlund, and a brilliant stop by Mackenzie Blackwood, who's been great down low in the series.
Kyle Granlund playing in just his second career Game 7 in the NHL playoffs. That great chance. Stars, Duchesne goes for Marchment. His stick was tied up. Dallas keeps it low. Back-to-back shifts with a couple of good looks for the Stars in a game that hasn't provided many either way. But Kiviranta hits the release valve, gets it to center. And back in the Dallas zone, grabbed by Duchesne. 4 Stars race forward. Numbers here. Duchesne shot, and it was blocked out of play by Sam Girard. With 13:59 left in the second period, we step aside. 6 and a second gone by in the middle frame, and we are still scoreless. Game 7, Stars and Avs on the ticket.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles toward your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free checked bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines, you are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital. The power to live better.
Es Ford Truck Month. Desde la ciudad hasta el campo y en todo el estado, es hora de aprovechar una estampida de ahorros en las nuevas camionetas Ford, como la Ford F-Series, las camionetas más vendidas en el país por 48 años consecutivos. Ahorra en grande en la línea completa de nuestras confiables camionetas, incluyendo la Ford Ranger y Maverick. Apresúrate y ven a Truck Month en tu concesionario Ford de Texas, basado en ventas totales de 1977 a 2024 CY.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket!
6 minutes and an eyelash into the second period of a scoreless Game 7 between the Stars and the Avalanche here at American Airlines Center. And it feels like the Stars have tipped the ice just a little bit here in the opening portion of this second period. And the more they can do that and use the short change against them, better things might mount. And the line that was so destroying them in the middle period of Game 6 in Denver is out here right now for Dallas.
That's the all-Finn line, but the Avalanche win the faceoff in their zone, and they're able to move it out to center ice. Landeskog across for Nichushkin, walks it into the Stars zone and flips for Manson, the defenseman. Got it on net, save made, big rebound, and then Lindgren's wrister is blocked to the corner. Stars get to the loose puck. Hintz niftily curls away from Nelson. There's room for Thomas Harley to skate, so he does. Through center ice, still on his blade as he chips in just outside the Colorado blue. Manson banks it back for Lindgren. Lindgren to the right wing side. Manson got a pass ahead, chopped in by Landeskog. Now the Stars, Harley delayed, bought himself some room. Wyatt Johnston with speed, winds, fires, saved Blackwood, rebound was loose, and Lehkonen got there first. Johnston just peppering the net, Then a chance saved. Dodonov kicked out by the right pad of Blackwood. Stars continuing to get some looks here in the middle frame. We remain scoreless. Play is back in the Dallas zone now, and it's Colorado scooping. McKinnon to Taves at the blue line. Back for Nate McKinnon. McKinnon's shot goes wide. Hefty rebound off the back glass. Stars get to it and poke it ahead. Wyatt Johnston has two to his right. Johnston waiting in front, and Dodonov was there, and it got right through him.
It's almost like the intensity throttle backed off a little bit for Dodonov late in that. If he goes hard and firm and with purpose, I think it's 1-0.
We play on scoreless, approaching the midway point of regulation in Game 7. Petrovic right side, kicked out on the sharp angle chance. The rebound taken by Colorado. A lot of tension in this building, understandably, but these chances have spurred on this crowd as they chant, "Let's go Stars," and Dallas dumps it in one more time. O'Connor back for Kelly. He finds Lindgren crossing the center line, and he gets it deep. And Bischel hard with Kelly into the boards. A redundancy when those two come together. Blackwell couldn't accept a pass, neutral ice. It's back for Colorado. Drury finds Manson. Shot in from center. Odger stays put as it wraps the boards. To the corner where it's clogged up. Dislodged. Oscar Beck got it to Blackwell. And now Steele. Puck deep. Dallas changes all 5 guys.
And I've been really impressed with Oscar Beck in these playoffs all year, but in this series.
Malinsky with speed. The Avalanche shot blocked and then bounced back to the side of the net. And Odger alertly covered in a series that has had so many crazy bounces lead to goals. Ottinger had that one sniffed out.
Both these netminders have a lot of guys coming back to aid, help, clean up, mop up, all those things. What an opportunity. Really 2 good opportunities for Evgeny Dodonov. The Wyatt Johnston, Ben Dodonov line looks like it's maybe getting its swerve going here again tonight. I mean, that pass is perfect to Dodonov. Like, it's perfect. And it just sort of fritters through his stick blade and harmlessly into the corner.
Goal and a helper in the series for Dodonov. 2 goals, 4 assists for Wyatt Johnston so far through 6 games. Hintz gets knocked down and a penalty coming as the Stars took the line. Interference the call, and the rush speed by Dallas will buy them another power play, their 2nd of the game.
While the 3rd pair out there, and Sam Malinsky, the defenseman, is
Colorado's got a minor interference.
going to be in the silicon and plastic trauma box here for 2 minutes or less, almost at mid-game. And it's Roope Hintz's ability to gallop and create either scoring chances or this time a power play. Little feed through the middle. McKinnon was right there stride for stride with Hintz, but a little hip check. Tumbling down goes Roope Hintz. Here comes the Stars' 2nd power play of the night.
Including the 0 for 1 in this game, 5 for 20 in the series. And the Avalanche control the puck. Makar takes his time and flings it all the way down. Colorado has 1 shorthanded goal in this series as well. Logan O'Connor's goal back in Colorado. And Dallas can't come through center ice, and it's taken by Taves and cleared.
One of the interesting things when you look at the 2 power plays, McKinnon scored all of theirs. Stars have 5 power play goals from 4 different players. Hintz is the only guy with double.
And he has the puck as he crosses the line, but it's cut off, and O'Connor wants to race the other way. Harley getting back. O'Connor holds up, feeds across, and scored! A shorthanded goal for Colorado. Manson joined the rush, and just enough to sneak through Jake Ottinger. And down a man, Colorado gets the first goal of Game 7.
It's the same mini calamity that resulted in O'Connor's shorthanded goal in Denver, where it's Thomas Harley with that speedy, tenacious pressure of O'Connor on him, and can't handle it, can't win the foot race, and can't cut off the pass to the middle of the ice. I mean, it's just a little mini ball of bad, and Manson's shot goes under the glove, over the pad of Jake Ottinger, off the pipe and in. So a very unlikely goal scorer from their side in a very unlikely situation.
His second of this series. O'Connor sets it up for his 6th point, 2 of them coming shorthanded. And the Stars still just under a minute left in this power play, attempting to try and break even on this power play. Esa Lindell to the left side, Jamie Benn. He'll flip one in. Benn crashing down low into the end boards. Stars with an opportunity to immediately get it back. Up a man for another 33 seconds. They spread out the 5-on-4. Benn upstairs. Harley to the left side. Sagan's shot was blocked. And then Kelly clears it around. Kept in by Harley at the point. Got it down around the boards to Sagan. Attempting to reverse it. Hit bodies on the wall. Poked back to Sagan. Spreads it high for Harley. Harley in the corner. Marchment. Now back for Sagan. Benn is at the net front. Sagan redirected and goes just wide. And then poked past Granlund. Malinsky comes out of the box. And the Stars 0 for 2 on the power play and now down 1-0 after the shorthanded Manson goal. Dallas back at even strength. Will flip one in. It rolls towards the corner. Girard accelerating away from Rantanen. Ahead for Natchez. Natchez sharp angle shot missed the net. And then it got past McKinnon. Rantanen there. The handoff Johnston. Hintz on the left wing. Back in front. Johnston tied up nicely by Girard. Rantanen cuts off a clearing attempt on the half boards. In the right wing corner, it's Wyatt Johnston. Johnston, 2 goals in 2 career Game 7s. Gets it to the left wing. Petrovic activates. Down low where it's moved for Johnston. Makes a move. Sheds a guy. Tried to feed Ceci. Good stick in the way by Lehkonen. Stars keep possession. And then a pass. Glove down. Ceci able to clear it. Malinsky. Johnston awaiting at the center circle. Fires it wide off the boards in front of the Dallas bench. And Rope Hintz trying to get it forward for Blackwell. Loose puck. And Hintz finds Blackwell, who chips it in. Dallas completes a change.
Well, they complete a change. They haven't allowed the Avalanche to get their D off the ice yet. Now they will.
Nichushkin, no, they won't, because his headman pass is iced. And so with 7:29 left in the second period, those 2 D who have been out there, 123 and 124, have to stay on the ice.
Just watching Sam Girard, one of those 2 defensemen, stick on his knees, trying to get some oxygen back in. The Stars electing to go with the Duchesne line here. Thomas Harley on the point. See if Matt can win a draw against Brock Nelson.
It comes stick side of Blackwood, and a key face-off win for Colorado. They will lob it over everyone. Nice English on it for Nichushkin. Colorado gets that D change in and able to keep the puck in the attack zone at the same time. Harley flipped it right into the body of Nichushkin. Marchment tried to let it go. Had Manson right behind him. And then a clearing attempt not out. Nelson with a drive on the wrister that winds up off the back glass. 1-0 Avs have the lead. They've got the puck here. Nichushkin, left wing off the high corner glass. It stays in play. Inside the final 7 minutes of the second period. Game 7, Dallas and Colorado. Pinned up along the boards in the Star zone. Harley lost his stick, gets the handoff from Marchment, who heads to the bench. It's a long way in the second period. It's out for Manson, delays, and Lindgren, the other D, had stepped inside. The pass went wide of him to the corner. Dallas a little disheveled there for a minute, can reorganize as they get to center and get it deep. Duchesne. Hunting on the forecheck, Beck. Lindgren, though, ahead, and the touch pass finds Lehkonen. Arturi Lehkonen separated from the puck. Then Beck with a touch, and it gets through Manson. Back checking and getting there first was Marty Natchez. The Avalanche forward over to McKinnon. McKinnon delays and then banks it off target. Loose puck. Ceci gets there. Ridden into the end wall by Lehkonen. Stars move it to the near side wall. Colin Blackwell bookended by a couple of Avs. Now it's Drouin behind the net. Long reach by Ottinger, and then a shot from the right side goes wide. Left wing side in the corner, Coyle. Pestered by Ceci. To the left point, Taves. Swung right side, Makar. Dances above the circles. A wrister. Hit bodies. Where is it? Ottinger made the save. Rebound. Fought that one off too. Coyle from a knee. Trying to center. Too many green sweaters, and Dallas clears.
Boy, what a stop on that backhand from Kiviranta. Broken play. Dead slot. Ottinger patience on it to wait on it and spit it back. Game's become a bit nervy here.
Malinsky gloves it down in front of the Dallas bench. Cross ice feed out of the reach of Nichushkin. Not cleared by Dallas though. And it's Nichushkin with it one more time. Lays it off to the corner, Landeskog. Gabe Landeskog feeding to the right, Nelson. Left point now, Girard. Sam Girard shot. Pinballed around off the skates in Nichushkin to the boards. He catches up. Unable to get it cleanly to Landeskog, whose route was cut off by Ben. Sticky work by the Dallas captain, and the Stars clear. Girard chased by Dodonov, pulls away, and outlets Kelly, leaves it for O'Connor. O'Connor in front, looking for Kelly, found the pad of Ottinger. Thomas Harley, now for Lindell. Harley finds Ben, slowly through center. He'll get it deep from the red line. Dodonov goes in while his line mates change. Feed it to the left corner, poked right to Granlund. Mikhail Granlund trying to protect the puck as he's wrapped up by Drury.
Stars have outchanged them here if they can get a hold of it.
Makar, though, is able to clear. Then Kelly wanted to go ahead. May have clipped the linesman on that bank pass. Colorado's in now, and a shot got through from the point. Ottinger made the save. It's on the left side. He doesn't know where it is. And it is not blown dead. Still fought for. And punches being thrown at the outside of the crease.
It's anarchy now in front. Petrovic is getting some shots in on O'Connor. Rabbit punches galore. That fourth line for the Avs had been out there for an eternity. And they're going to get to change here now as the temperature just went up in Game 7. 3:40 to go in the second period. The Avalanche ahead 1-0 on a shorthanded goal from Logan O'Connor. You're listening to the Stanley Cup Playoffs. Game 7 on the Ticket.
There's a reason pretty much all of us here at The Ticket have nothing but kind words for Tony Cooper and his team at All Pro Foundation Repair.
And Craig, what really sets them apart is All Pro is the first foundation repair company to offer all forms of repair instead of just one or two. With over 30 years of experience in repairing foundation, All Pro has pretty much seen it all and fixed it all.
So if you see soil pulling away from your foundation, or if doors are sticking a little more than usual, or if you see new cracks appearing in your sheetrock, those are signs your home may have some serious issues, and things will only get worse if not addressed.
That's when you need to call All Pro Foundation Repair to schedule a free evaluation. If you sign up at the time of your estimate, you'll get a free $500 independent engineer's report, and all Piers All Pro installs come with a lifetime transferable warranty.
Trust the company we all trust. All Pro Foundation Repair. Call 877-MEAN-GREEN, 877-632-6473, or go to allprofoundationrepair.com.
All Pro Foundation Repair, the right solution for your home.
The Stars on the Ticket.
The Ticket!
I think I said Logan O'Connor with the shorthanded goal. He's involved in all their shorthanded goals. He's set up Josh Manson for the shorty that has the Avalanche ahead 1-0. You know, you go back to the last time these two franchises played a Game 7 in Dallas. The year was 2000, and Josh Manson's dad, Dave, was playing for the Dallas Stars. It is a crazy, crazy lineage on a lot of teams in the National Hockey League. It's very appropriate on Derby Day because I think every horse in the Kentucky Derby you could trace back to Secretariat 50 years ago, and you'd never confuse Dave Manson with Secretariat.
Strong bloodline. Teams that score first in Stanley Cup playoff Game 7 history win just about 76% of the time. So the Stars, who feel like they've had to defy the odds at multiple different points throughout this season, including this playoffs with no Miro Heiskanen and no Jason Robertson, At the finale of this series, one more hurdle to overcome. Face-off inside the star zone. Cody Ceci gets it around for Lindell. And then Jamie Benn sent up for Dodonov. Dodonov is in. Taves working against him. Dodonov inches his way down. Flip for Benn. Loose puck. And Benn was having his stick tied up just enough to allow Blackwood to cover.
You know, watching Blackwood, he looks like he's of two minds on a lot of those little dribbling, bouncing pucks. Part of his mind wants to just knock it into a corner and get it out of the way, and then the other part of his mind wants to smother it, and he's made a mess of a couple of them. This last one was the latest instance, and the captain breathing right down there.
Offensive zone face-off, the Duchesne line to take it against McKinnon. Duchesne on the face-off. It's controlled by Colorado. And Makar sent it up the boards, hit the body of Lehkonen on the second effort. He can turn on the forehand, get it to center.
Boy, the Stars could use something out of this Duchesne trio.
Marchment centers for Sagan, blocked right as he shot by Taves. Lunging play by Natchez to get it out to center ice. And then Natchez intercepts, finds McKinnon, and hops towards Ottinger. Stars clear it out, got past both Sagan and Lindgren as it went the distance, so no icing. Manson from the Colorado zone, thwarted initially by Marchment, and then knocked down the Chushkin at center ice. Ilya Labushkin wrists it in. 2:35 and counting left in the second period. Game 7, Stars trailing the Avalanche 1-0. Val Nichushkin dumps it in. Hefty bounce off the back wall, and Harley came in and calmly took it. There's room for Rope Hintz, shortened by the pressure of Nelson. He chips and gets it deep. Mikko Rantanen behind the Colorado net, now towards the right wing corner. Rantanen there, boxing out Nelson. Then Steele on the edge of the trapezoid. Granlund pinned up by Malinsky. The handoff for Steele. Steele, Rantanen, and Granlund, the trio that's mixed out there now. Petrovic with a shot, that gets blocked. Rantanen, nice boxing out using his body. In tight opportunity, wouldn't go. Now Petrovic shot and batted just wide by Sam Steele after it hit traffic and popped in the air. Malinsky wrists it in from center. That was a good shift by the Stars.
Yeah, Steele would be on a list of, unlikely characters that could score that goal here tonight. Be poetic, considering what went on in Game 6.
Blackwell also on that list for similar reasons. As it's played around, Kelly nudged it ahead. O'Connor is on it in the corner, and he gets cut off by Petrovic. Stars race out of their own zone. Game of catch, Beck and Blackwell, and it's Beck down the left wing. Oscar Beck gets out of the way of a Manson check, and then gets ridden off on the sidewall.
Yeah, they're none of that territorial play is turning into anything for the Stars for the most part. They're doing the right thing, but the Avs are sniffing it out and winning the puck.
Final minute here of the second period. The Avs with the only goal so far of Game 7. It came in this second period, shorthanded, just about midway through. Manson from O'Connor. Devon Taves off the stick of McKinnon, who gets it deep. Andre to the corner, but nobody was there. Stars still come away with possession. And then Makar cuts it off and has a lane to re-enter. So he does, and wrists it just wide.
Ooh. Man, he can change direction so quickly. He lost 2 veteran forwards with just head shakes. Incredible capriciousness out of him.
Dumped back in by the Avalanche. Esa Lindell in the corner, turns away from McKinnon. The final seconds burn off. We're now 40 minutes through Game 7, and the Stars are going to need a third period comeback trailing 1-0.
You know what? Maybe it's a perfect scenario. It's been a series where this lead has been bad for clubs when they've been ahead. Only a single goal, and yet it's been tipped upside down multiple times. And I just think the Stars have to come out and get a little bit more aggressive, maybe venture a little bit more. I know it's only one goal, but they started the period extremely well. anytime there's a shorthanded goal, it's unnerving, and you could feel it. You could feel it in the building. You could see it in their play. Little pushback late in the period was good. Just make sure you don't give up the next one.
Shots as they stand right now, 14-11 in favor of Colorado, who outshot Dallas 9-. Well, as I say that, they change it to 14-10.
There is a gambling component, you know.
It might change a few more times. 9-6 with an asterisk, let's call it. But you and I talked, and I think we'll do a million Game 7s together. It will always be the same refrain. What mistake? Who blinks? And it's the Stars on a power play that blink first. How difficult is it to park it now with 20 minutes to save your season?
Oh, I think they're over it already. I mean, look, that guy's a problem. He's been a problem the entire series, so it's not like it was a shocker from O'Connor to bust down there and feed Josh Manson. I just look at the game here tonight. This series has taken a lot out of both sides. That's why it's as plotting as it is and tight checking, because, you know, hold your ice, cut your ice is a little different than race up and down the ice like they did. I think Game 6 took a lot out of both sides. Tough travel to get back here and play again tonight, and now it's just a battle of wills here in the third period.
It was one game to advance. From the Stars side of things, it's now one period that they must win to keep their postseason journey alive. 1-0, Dallas trails Colorado. Manson, second of the series from O'Connor, shorthanded at 9:50 of the middle frame. Fans, a reminder, you can get the latest team news, ticket pre-sales, contests, and more delivered right to your inbox as a Dallas Stars insider. Sign up and stay in the loop. DallasStars.com/insider. Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine have you covered with the Kia Intermission Report. That comes your way right after this on The Ticket.
At PNC Bank, an official partner of Dallas Stars, we've always taken a boring approach to handling your money. Not only is it smart, it's reliable. And why would we ever want to be unreliable with anyone's money? Some of those customers could be big, tough hockey players who gladly give up their teeth for a win. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But really, we just think boring is the smartest way to help ensure your money's there for exciting things in life. Like intentionally placing your body in front of a frozen rubber puck traveling at 100 miles per hour. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, just took the Tacoma off-road, deep into the woods, got to this hidden campsite only it could reach.
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Hey, wait, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Uh-huh, yeah, thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
I'm Mark Frankel with the law offices of Frankel & Frankel. Our firm helps people injured in car and truck wrecks. It's what we do every single day and what we've done for 3 decades. We know the ins and outs of what to do and not to do after a wreck. We'll get you the medical treatment you deserve and the results you expect. And there are no upfront costs to hire us. When you're in a wreck, call Frankel first.
FRENKEL. Call Frankel first. 214 or 817-333-3333.
It's tax refund time. Checks are rolling in.
Hello, Dan Direct from Flooring Direct. What's the big plan? A lifetime supply of Buc-ee's jerky?
Okay, that jerky from Buc-ee's is a necessity, and I was thinking that a spring makeover with new flooring from Flooring Direct would be great.
He is right. Take that tax refund and update your home with Flooring Direct. Right now, all in-stock carpeting starts at just $1.99 a square foot, and that includes free installation. Plus, Flooring Direct offers 0% interest for 3 whole years. It's probably the best deal in North Texas.
Just go to flooringdirectdfw.com right now and schedule that free in-home estimate. We'll work around your schedule and bring everything to you.
So if you've got a tax refund coming your way, let Flooring Direct completely renovate your home with new flooring at the lowest prices in Dallas-Fort Worth. Guaranteed.
Schedule now at flooringdirectdfw.com. That's flooringdirectdfw.com.
Our pros are the nicest. We've got the best prices at Flooring Direct.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Dallas, Texas.
This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
Well, the Stars have 20 minutes to save their season, literally. It is 1-0 Colorado after 40 minutes from the American Airlines Center. The Intermission Show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Michael Dixon, Bruce Levon here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. Bruce, one goal in this game. It came from Josh Manson, and it came shorthanded. And in a series that's seen it all, that feels fitting for the overall narrative, but the Stars must make sure that that isn't the series-winning goal, and they've got work to do here in the final 20.
They have work to do, and they also haven't scored on Mackenzie Blackwood for more than a full game. It's been more than 61 minutes since Mikko Rantanen gave Dallas a 4-3 lead at the end of 2 periods in Denver 2 nights ago. The Dallas Stars power play, well, that was just a bad-looking power play from the word go. They did not get the puck off the faceoff. They couldn't bring it in with any kind of speed or clarity. And then a turnover, and good job by Harley to cut off Logan O'Connor from going to the net. But somehow Josh Manson beats everyone up the ice and scores. And for the Dallas Stars, 10 shots on goal through 2 periods. They're going to have to find a way. Now, I don't expect them to break out of their structure right now. There's a long way to go. But if this keeps up, at some point in time in the 3rd period, the Stars are going to have to turn this into a bit of an offensive look for the 3rd, and that is not what you want to do against Colorado. But we said it so much. Scoring first in Game 7, team goes on to win 76% of the time. And Colorado has scored first in this series now, 6 out of 7 games, which is not what the Dallas Stars wanted to say.
Period recap and highlights brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars. 1 goal in this game, and it came in the middle frame. The Stars go to the power play after Sam Malinsky takes an interference minor against Roope Hintz. The Stars were trying to get the puck deep. Malinsky got over, tried to hip check Hintz, but really just took him out entirely. The arm goes up, the Stars go to the box, but as Bruce said, it was not a good power play. They could not set anything up, and the Avalanche, aggressive on the penalty kill. They saw an opportunity, and at 9:50, shorthanded, they opened the scoring in Game 7.
Wants to race the other way. Harley getting back. O'Connor holds up, feeds across, and scored! A shorthanded goal for Colorado. Manson joined the rush, and just enough to sneak through Jake Ottinger, and down a man, Colorado gets the first goal of Game 7.
You talk about unsung heroes. Right now, the game-winning goal stands as Josh Manson shorthanded, his 2nd of the series from Logan O'Connor, who's been excellent for Colorado on that 4th line, but a shorty at 9:50, so near the midway point, and a power play that looked like it was going nowhere. Ultimately gave up a goal.
Yeah, going nowhere. Then it goes in reverse. Roope Hintz trying to bring the puck into the offensive zone. Across center, tries to chip it to the right wing to Mikko Rantanen. O'Connor, reading the play, gets the puck, tips it ahead. Now, O'Connor's got excellent speed, so Thomas Harley does a great job of going with him and forces O'Connor to curl back. Now, here's the problem. Josh Manson, a defenseman, beats all the Dallas Stars up ice. I don't know if the Stars didn't see Manson until he got the extra step, or Manson just was faster than Wyatt Johnston or Matt Duchene into the offensive zone. But now, all of a sudden, as O'Connor does the hook on the near side boards, he has a man going right through the middle. It gets onto the stick of Manson, takes the wrist shot. The shot actually hits the post. It's the inside of the post, bounces, hits Ottinger in the shoulder, and goes into the net. That is the only goal so far. But the Dallas Stars penalty kill has been great tonight. Power play 0 for 2, and in a game like this, power play could be so huge for Dallas. You at the very least expect to be even. -1 is not going to get it done. And for the Dallas Stars, 10 shots on goal through 2 periods. That's not going to get it done either. Great job of stopping Colorado. 14 shots against. That's it. I would have been very happy with that before the game. But for the Dallas Stars now, they've got to find a way to get at least one in the third period without allowing Colorado to get any more on the board.
Now, if you're looking for some good news, the Stars have won twice in this series when trailing after 40 minutes. So they have done it before. They will have to do it again because the season is on the line. This is Game 7. The winner advances. The loser goes home. And a shorthanded goal from Josh Manson right now is the difference. In a series that's seen it all, that seems pretty fitting thus far. The Intermission Show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Coming up next, we'll chat one final time about what we hope to see in the third and then send it back down to Josh and Razor. This is Dallas Stars Hockey on the Ticket.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on the Ticket. KTCK-FM Flower Mound. KTCK-AM Dallas-Fort Worth. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. A Cumulus media station.
Hey, Digital Dynamos! Cumulus Media Dallas is on the hunt for a digital sales strategist. Got 5+ years of digital sales or marketing chops? Love creating killer strategies that make brands pop? This is your time to shine. Be the hero behind the scenes, mastering platforms like Facebook and Google, and driving serious revenue growth. And guess what? At Cumulus, we've got competitive pay, awesome benefits, and a work culture that's all about fun, innovation, and big ideas. So what are you waiting for? Head to jobs.cumulusmedia.com. Cumulus Media, where creativity meets opportunity and work feels like play. Let's do this.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Longer seasons are the new normal, which is why Ultimate Season Pass from TXU Energy gives you 50% off energy charges during peak winter and summer, plus even more months of automatic savings.
There's nothing better than energy savings that just keep going.
And going.
Who doesn't love more comfort for more months?
Enjoy Texas-sized savings for Texas-sized seasons.
With Ultimate Season Pass, the savings go on and on.
And on. Over $450 a year.
All aboard?
TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Visit TXU.com for more information. Rep number 1000.
Congratulations to the Stars on a terrific season. I'm looking forward to a long playoff run. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. If you're looking for a new car or truck, City Credit Union's online application and quick decisioning make it easy. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we do everything online. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Join us at American Airlines Center this season and cheer on your Dallas Stars in person. Don't miss your chance to experience the exhilarating intensity of Texas hockey as your Dallas Stars fight all season long for a chance at the 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs. We're here to show everyone what Texas hockey is all about. Rugged, rough, and proud. Individual tickets are on sale now at DallasStars.com.
Es Ford Truck Month. Desde la ciudad hasta el campo y en todo el estado, es hora de aprovechar una estampida de ahorros en las nuevas camionetas Ford, como la Ford F-Series, las camionetas más vendidas en el país por 48 años consecutivos. Ahorra en grande en la línea completa de nuestras confiables camionetas, incluyendo la Ford Ranger y Maverick. Apresúrate y ven a Truck Month en tu concesionario Ford de Texas, basado en ventas totales de 1977 a 2024 CY.
This is Chris Lewis of Chris Lewis & Associates. Sometimes it pays to have a star on your team, like when you're accused of a serious crime or become the victim of a severe injury due to negligence. Events like these can destroy the life you've built unless you take fast action. Reach out to lewisdefense.com or call 214-444-1000. Let us fight for you. That's lewisdefense.com, your star team for criminal defense and serious injury representation.
Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit children's.com to learn more.
Hear the highlights and keep up with other games around the NHL. This is the Dallas Stars Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
1-0 Colorado after 40 from the American Airlines Center. A shorthanded goal from Josh Manson, the only goal in this game. And the Stars have 20 minutes to save their season. The Intermission Show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. I'm Michael Dixon. He's Bruce LeBlanc. We're on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. Bruce, really not much more you can say other than that the Stars have to find a way. Both teams have been good defensively. Colorado's been excellent defensively, I think, in this game here tonight. But your season's on the line, and you got 20 minutes to save it.
Dallas has 10 shots on goal, 2 from Thomas Harley, 2 from Mikhail Granlund. Dallas does not have a whole lot of offense going so far in this game, but it's been a defensive battle. Dallas tried to play a defensive game, but as this third period rolls on, if Dallas is going to get a goal, it's going to have to be like Game 2, where Evgeny Dadonov goes to the net and gets a greasy goal. Yeah. You're probably not going to score on a thing of beauty. It's going to have to be ugly, battle in front of the net, and find a way to deflect, rebound, or screen to get the puck past Mackenzie Blackwood. And as the period rolls on, we'll see Dallas, if they don't score early in the period, get away from matching up lines and just keep rolling out their top offensive talent. Wyatt Johnston, to me, has been the Stars' most dangerous forward tonight. I expect to see him double shifted along with Mikko Rantanen in this third period if Dallas doesn't get the equalizer in the first 5 to 10 minutes.
Well, the Stars have won a couple of tight Game 7s in this building under head coach Pete DeBoer, but the caveat, they never trailed in either one of those. They trail 1-0 after 40 here tonight. They need a hero. They need a big third period. Let's go down to Josh and Razor for the final 20.
Thanks very much, guys. So 1-0, Dallas trails, 20 minutes to save their season, Razor, here in Game 7 against the Avalanche. It's a game that's felt like a 40-minute stare down for so much of it. As the trailing team, how long does Dallas continue to play the way this game has been played through 40 minutes before they have to switch and throw everything they have?
Man, that's a good question. Like Bruce was just mentioning, look, you're 7 games in. They're trying to play 4 lines. It's a 4-line game here tonight for the most part. You know, if they drop behind by a couple of goals, I think the bench is going to get short, and I mean really short. But just keep going along. It's one break, it's one pop, it's one bounce, it's a rebound, it's whatever, right? And you're back to level again. So there's no reason to really gamble anything right now. And, you know, Stars were up 4-3 after 40 minutes in Game 6. The Avs came back. Avs were up 1-0 after 40 minutes. In Game 3, Stars came back. As we're up 3-2 in Game 2, Stars came back. So this ain't over by a long shot.
Yeah, 3-3 record when you're in a driver's seat that looks like you get it home most of the time. Third period's underway. It's Val Nichushkin on the near side. Now Nelson gets it in deep. Colorado on the attack. There's a penalty coming immediately against the Stars. Nichushkin picks it up, banks it, delayed call coming against Dallas. Boy, this is not what they wanted. McKinnon walks towards the net and he scores! Nate McKinnon on the 6-on-5. 31 seconds into the third period. And the hill gets larger immediately for Dallas.
McKinnon was the guy who came on the ice for the goaltender on the pending penalty. And he just walks around Wyatt Johnston and gets it to the forehand and shovels it short side. Ottinger didn't have the short side sealed, found a little window, just like Johnston's goal to begin Game 5 here. That is a stinging tally to give up. Who knows what would have went on the power play, but a moot point and a little molehill to climb just got a lot steeper.
Nate McKinnon with his 7th goal and 11th point of the series, quickly up into the Avs bench and out of play. And so, yeah, that deficit doubling, 19:21 left in the third period. just a catastrophic beginning to this third for Dallas.
You know, if you didn't watch the series like us, you just look at stats, you'd think that McKinnon has dominated. He has not. Try to get into it when we get a moment.
Stars play it up the boards, comes right back to Lindell. So that question we asked, the answer maybe changes immediately. Hintz with a shot blocked to the corner by Makar. And it's up at the point. Ceci with the feet held it in, couldn't. The second time it came back towards him, and then he's feeling upstairs like he was swiped with something up high. On we play. The power plays in the game are 2 aside. That was going to be the third power play for Colorado. They take the goal instead. Stars pick it off. They're in the attack zone. Bischel, it bounces away from Blackwood in the circle. Rantanen, now it's Duchesne. His shot stopped by Blackwood out to challenge. And his best of Game 7 to take it away from Matt Duchesne.
Oh, this is gigundo. After Parker Kelly had turned the puck over on the boards and they were all disheveled defensively, it was just Duchesne and the netminder, and instead of dipping his shoulder and going around him as Blackwood telescoped out, he ripped it, and a sassy stop.
If the Stars can get one and get one quickly, then those 2 goals cancel out. This building is alive, but that's a big if, and what an opportunity that was.
Those 2 saves, now you're starting to look at that one there, the one on Granlund back in the second period.
Yeah, back when it was still scoreless. Bank play attempted by Drury at the edge of the net behind it in the trapezoid. He's getting worked on hard, and the puck is like pinned up against the back of the net. Eventually pried free. That was Marchment all over Drury. Stars Harley goes wide of Kiviranta. His pass intended for Sagan, broken up, and back comes Colorado. Yoel Kiviranta, his feed to Coyle. Coyle chips it low. Kiviranta got it over for Drouin, who feeds it to Manson at the right point. His goal now has company. Left side, Lindgren. Coyle lost a handle on it in the trapezoid. That creates quite the scrum. It's the Avs who get possession. Manson right point, shot off of Ottinger and dangerously to his right, got away from everybody.
That had to have hit Coyle or somebody in front of the net.
Coyle's now in the corner along with Harley. The Stars take over. Oscar Beck chugs his way to center, chips it in from the red line. There goes Rantanen again, hustling after it. Mikko Rantanen, Beck steals it away. Beck trying to hang on to it, spun it right through the crease and wide. Cody Ceci and blocked by Nelson. Out of play. 3:01 gone by in the third. The Stars trailing 2-0 in Game 7.
Man, Oscar Beck just mauled Val Nichushkin there and won that puck. Back to McKinnon. You know, heading into the game tonight, his stat line: 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. Second overall in the playoffs in scoring. A +5, 2 game-winning goals, 33 shots. But then, 3 power play goals. He's got 3 points on empty netters. Credited for the game-winning goal last game. Now he gets that freebie lane to the net off the bench. They've done a pretty good job against him. Isn't that scary, though?
Yeah, no kidding. Nichushkin gets rocked and knocked down by Ben at the Dallas blue line. Dadonov hands it off for Lindell. His headman pass misses Ben, but ricocheted off the corner right to Blackwood. He's forced to cover. It'll set up an attack zone draw for Dallas. The Avs have the 2-goal lead here in the third.
Yeah, the Stars are going to have to start breathing and leaning and getting more people. What they want to do is get the puck to the net and have chaos ensue off of that. What has happened, though, is the Avalanche have played so tidy defensively. A lot of times that loose puck and scramble stuff has been cleaned up by them. Not without the point-blank opportunities, though. They've had a couple of those.
Rope Hintz to take this face-off. The all-Finn line out there, but Colorado wins it. The face-offs were 50-50 before that puck drop in Game 7. And every one feels huge from this point on. Stars swipe it out towards the Colorado line. Lindgren has to retreat, chase after it. Gets it over to Manson. And up ahead, his pass got through Natchez. Thomas Harley from the center line holds up, leaves it for Hintz, but it was a little out of his reach. All he could do was poke it, and it's turned over to Colorado. Stars steal it back. Harley knocked down by Lehkonen from ice level, still able to safely move it to Lindell. Now Rantanen in across the line after he gloved it to himself, powering his way towards the corner, but the Avalanche take over and clear.
It takes like 2, sometimes 3 guys to be able to get the puck muscled away from the man they call the Moose.
Calmly in on net where Blackwood is able to steer it around and then lifted out of play, deflected, so just a stoppage. Faceoff stays in the Colorado zone.
You know, I'm thinking before the game tonight, what do the Stars need? Simple territorial hockey, chip and chase, dump and bump, install the puck and then engage after that. Take away the Avalanche's strength, which is their rush and their power play. And who'd have thought that it would be their penalty kill and them being the trap and setting up all the speed bumps in front of their own net.
Yeah, insane to think that the Colorado penalty kill only has 1 fewer goal than the Colorado power play in this series. 3-2. Stars with a shot that goes wide. And the Avalanche get it to center ice. O'Connor follows up there and sends it deep from the red line.
They need more concerted together, you know, puck possession and time in the offensive zone. It's a lot of one and done and flailing right now.
Marchment turned it over, trying to power his way through center. Ottinger will keep it moving. Cody Ceci is on it. Ceci in front of the benches. Shoots one in from the red line. Knocked off his balance afterwards. And an easy exit for Colorado. They get to the puck. Taves dances into the Star zone. Low shot. Ottinger with the save. Comes back to the near side. Cale Makar wrapped it around where it horseshoes to Nichushkin. He, along with Lindgren, assisted on the goal from McKinnon here early in this third period. It's made the score 2-0 Colorado. Manson at the blue line. His shot saved by Ottinger. Landeskog knocked down by Bischel at the net front, then takes a shove from the big guy afterwards as Ottinger hung.
It's one of the interesting matchups in this series with Gabe Landeskog coming back from 3 years out, recovering from a knee injury. And Tyler Seguin coming back from missing most of the regular season with hip surgery. Tyler with a couple of goals in the series. Landeskog with a goal and an impact on the series. Pretty much a point-a-game guy for them and their captain.
Face-off inside the Stars' end. And Dallas wins the draw. Thomas Harley, the bank to center. Beck forward for Blackwell. Fourth line is out there for Dallas. Just a shade over 14 minutes to go here in the third period of Game 7. Stars down by a pair.
They got to put some pressure on the Avalanche puck play, though. They have way too much time.
Harley awkwardly goes feet first into the boards, and he's in some distress as he's trying to make his way back upright, and he has not done it. He's on his knees, and the guy who's arguably been their MVP since Miro Heiskanen went down, he gets up on his own power. The officials right there after they had blown it down.
Yeah, that didn't look good on his way, and he's already played over 20 minutes in Game 7 here. And, you know, you think back to last year and what went on, and he's sopped up a lot of that void of Miro Heiskanen. Good thing he's up and on his wheels.
So Harley slowly to the bench. We go to break. 6 gone by in the third period. Dallas trailing 2-0 in Game 7 on the ticket.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable. It's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia. Movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
At PNC Bank, an official partner of Dallas Stars, we've always taken a boring approach to handling your money. Not only is it smart, it's reliable. And why would we ever want to be unreliable with anyone's money? Some of those customers could be big, tough hockey players who'd gladly give up their teeth for a win. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But really, we just think boring is the smartest way to help ensure your money's there for exciting things in life. Like intentionally placing your body in front of a frozen rubber puck traveling at 100 miles per hour. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
This is Dallas Stars hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket.
Back here at American Airlines Center, Game 7, opening round, Stars and the Avalanche. It is not going swimmingly. They're trying to get invigorated within the building here again, but a lot of that is we've seen, Josh, through the years is on the team too. They got to give them something they're itching to get back into this thing here, but the Avalanche have just suffocated most of that through 2 periods and a bit here now, and because of that, have what has to be for them, as good as they've been on the road in the playoffs in the past 4 years, a comfortable lead.
We will restart inside the Star zone, and it is controlled by Colorado. Natchez behind the net, switches onto the forehand, up high, Taves with a blast off the back glass, and then a putback attempt. Lehkonen just went wide. It's a downhill shift for Colorado, and just redirected wide of McKinnon's reach. He gets the puck once again. Colorado, a dangerous shift here. Nate McKinnon finds Makar, shot! Saved by Ottinger. Fought that one off. Stars get to it in the corner. Rantanen, it's knocked via high stick by Colorado. Touch next by McKinnon. And Dallas on the ropes that shift. Gets the whistle they needed.
Yeah, that is a stay-in-the-game shift there to survive it. Nate McKinnon was having a tough time winning faceoffs early in the game. He won that one against Rope Hintz. They went to work. Taves, man, they missed the net a lot from the blue line, especially. Ripped that one off the glass, and then a stupendous stop by Ottinger on Makar against the grain.
He's made a few of those in this series. Cale Makar's only goal in this series was the empty netter at the tail end of Game 6. He's had a handful of assists as well.
30 goals in the regular season.
Dallas clears it all the way down on net, so Blackwood steers it along Malinsky, and now Girard lifted back into the Star zone. And precious seconds pouring off this clock. More than 7 minutes gone by, a deficit of 2. As you pointed out, you feel and hear some spotted roars from the crowd trying to get going. It jumps over Harley's stick. And the Chushkin across the blue line would have been offside. Avalanche touch up as they dump in.
Man, that's good work from Thomas Harley to fight for that and push it outside the line. He doesn't do that. They're roaring in.
First shift since he went awkwardly feet first into the boards and needed every bit of his strength there. Harley gets back to it along with Nichushkin. Puck hops out, and it's Oscar Beck. Some nervous energy earlier in this building as the Stars now Rantanen shot, score! Mikko Rantanen gets Dallas on the board and right back into Game 7.
Oh, the big guy was able to buy some time and space as really for the first time in Game 7, the Avalanche backed in and capitulated a little bit, and just a searing wrist shot from the top of the circle. Again, elevated, beats Mackenzie Blackwood high to the blocker. Now let's see how he handles having his bubble burst.
12 minutes feels a whole lot longer than it did a couple of seconds ago, regardless of what side you're on. 2-1 the score now. They've traded goals in the third period. Dallas, who faced a 2-0 deficit in Game 6 and roared back immediately, led by the Finns. The crowd that was nervous before is standing now. Jamie Benn lifts it ahead. Dodonov racing after it. Plays it to the far corner. The third goal of the series for Mikko Rantanen. O'Connor back in for Colorado. It's kicked out. Another chance. Save, Ottinger. Needed that one from Dallas. And the Stars slide it from center ice. No icing here. Stars strip it away. Johnston centers. Off his skates it goes. He was trying to find, guess who, Mikko Rantanen. Then stolen again by Johnston. Granlund. Rantanen with it. Stick handling. Across. Here's a chance. Blocked by Kelly on Labushkin's wrister. Held by the Stars. Now they're downhill. Granlund under the end line. Rantanen backdoor. Harley. And he fanned on the initial chance. And Blackwood able to make the save. The Stars are right back in this game.
Man, what a mistake by Girard to turn it over just inside their own blue line, and then the Mikko Rantanen down low sauce show to set up Thomas Harley, and robbery from, I don't think he got all of it. I don't think he got much of it. It dribbled in on Mackenzie Blackwood. It's alive at AAC.
Towels waving, fans standing. Face-off in the Colorado zone is won by the Avalanche. Game 7 back to a 1-goal gap. Still work to do for Dallas. Half a period remains. Kiviranta cuts behind the net. Then onto the forehand away from Petrovic. Kiviranta to Manson. He swings it across the blue line. Lindgren blocked. Drouin and Bischel both in the way. Coyle behind the net. Colorado with possession. A couple of switches on Hintz. Lost the puck. Tracks it back on the sidewall. Funneled it deep, and Petrovic had inside position on Kiviranta. The bank, but Manson activated from the blue line. Petrovic steals it away. Stars Bischel around. And here's Granlund through center ice. Got on the board in the series in Game 6. Didn't have a clean entrance. The Stars reset neutral territory. Cody Ceci risks one in. Horseshoes to the near side. Chopped over to Landeskog. He'll use the boards to keep it wide and dump to the Dallas end. Essa Lindell for Ceci. Sagan deflected away. Avs had to touch up. There's time and space for Dallas. Essa Lindell. Marchment fires one wide of Blackwood. Matt Duchene behind the net. Duchene, and in the trapezoid, getting tripped up, going to the puck. Marchment, arms stay down, play goes on. It's cleared to center ice. Sagan and McKinnon cancel out. And then Natchez took something up high, and Matt Duchene takes a penalty. They're going to call tripping. And the Avalanche get a power play with 9:11 left in the third. We'll be back after this. Stars need another huge PK and some offense on the other side. It's Game 7 on the ticket.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, just took the Tacoma off-road, deep into the woods, got to this hidden campsite only it could reach.
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Hey, wait, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Uh-huh, yeah, thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
At Comerica Bank, we believe small businesses deserve major league support. That's why we provide a higher level of guidance, professional-grade tools, and game-changing solutions to help small businesses play big. During National Small Business Week, we're stepping up to the plate even more and donating $250,000 to nonprofits that help small businesses thrive. Because when our local companies win, we all win. Visit Comerica.com/Small Business Week. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hear that? That's the beginning of a journey powered by the confidence that comes from driving a vehicle so reliable, it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. Where your journey ends? Well, that's up to you. Visit your local Kia dealer today. Kia, movement that inspires.
See retailer for warranty details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Hey sports fans, thank you for hanging out with us and chatting it up. We're thrilled to bring you the Playoff Pulse. Catch every single NHL and NBA playoff game right here while supporting an incredible cause, SickKids Hospital. Together, we can make a difference with every single view.
Holy Mackinac! Joe Bowen here, the voice of your Toronto Maple Leafs.
Every moment you watch on Toronto Sports Insider helps SickKids Hospital. 100% of Leafs playoff stream revenue goes straight to their life-saving care, helping kids in our community and beyond. This is what Playoff Pulse is all about, bringing playoff excitement and making a lasting impact for those who need it most. So let's rally together and show SickKids we're in their corner.
Hey everyone, Easton Cowan here. Let's amplify our impact. Every like, share, and subscribe boost our donations to SickKids. Watch the games, get hyped, and spread the word to grow our Playoff Pulse community. Join us now.
Dallas line leaves it for Landeskog, who banks it Makar at the point. To the center of the zone before finding McKinnon. Top of the left circle. Tried to go back. Johnston stick in the way. Possession retained by the Avs. Makar to the left wing side. McKinnon pressured up near the blue line. A couple of stick checks. Kept it in for Landeskog. Makar's stick snapped, and the Stars' Hintz goes the other way. Makar empty-handed on defense. Hintz to the inside. He goes down, and there is a penalty. Wes McCauley, the back referee, his arm went up about a second after, and that's a penalty. And one of the Avs is down on the far side. All of this with 7:58 left.
Number 8, Colorado, a minor trip. You know, there's very little that a player can do. Makar did the right thing. It's the right call, though. I can't believe they didn't call it immediately. He drops down and essentially clips. It's tripping. He trailed the right leg. Boy, Nate just went awkwardly into the side boards, just folded up both legs like a lawn chair. Now we have this scenario. This is exactly what it should be. Just another unhinged period between these two clubs. They're going to play 4-on-4, and in 47 seconds, the Stars are going to go to the power play with an opportunity to level Game 7.
That power play will be for 1 minute and 13 seconds on the other end of this, which begins in the Colorado zone. And it is controlled by the Avalanche in the corner, Lindgren. Stars glove it down, Marchment. Using his size against Girard, Marchment tumbles down, lost the puck, Nichushkin the other way. He cuts wide, then weaves back in to Dallas territory. Nichushkin's pass for Girard. His shot ricocheted, and the Stars just get it out of harm's way. Esa Lindell to the sidewall.
Val Nichushkin scored the 4-on-4 goal in this series. Controversial one, bit of a pick set up by Brock Nelson to send him in all alone.
The Avs take their time coming out of their own zone. O'Connor goes for Kelly. O'Connor again, shot and a save made. Ottinger out of the box comes Duchesne. Power play time for the Stars, just over 1 minute on it. It's chance number 3 and a chance to tie Game 7. Thomas Harley, as the crowd rises in volume. They've already risen out of their seats. Flip to the corner. Rantanen, who's got the proximity goal. Turned over on the sidewall by Johnston. Poked ahead. O'Connor again racing after it. Duchesne gets back and wipes him out with a shove. Stars go the other way. Rope Hintz down the right wing side. Hintz curls. Drops it back behind the net. The puck there. Squirts to the corner. And Harley back at center ice with 6:23 and counting left in the third period. 22 seconds left on the Makar minor. Rantanen in with speed. Wraps. He scores! Mikko Rantanen. Game 7 is tied.
Does he want this tonight or what? They get a very fortunate bounce or carom, but it's born out of the blistering speed He grabs it at center ice, navigates his way through 3 defenders, and it goes off of the leg of Sam Girard, right off his skate and in from behind the net. Incredible! You couldn't in your wildest dreams dream this up or concoct it. He's a goal away from a hat trick.
9 points in the last 3 games. Since Pete DeBoer said you need your money players to step up, Mikko Rantanen as money as it gets. Puck up out of play. 5:56 left in what is now a tied Game 7 here at American Airlines Center. Stars 2, Avalanche 2, and we are back after this on the ticket.
I'm Matt Alsbrook, the Texas Law Dog, and I sue bad truck drivers and the companies that employ them. You may not know my dad was a trucker. Lucky for him, he was a good one, or I would have sued him too. If you've been injured by a big rig or any other commercial vehicle, you need an experienced truck wreck lawyer on your side. Call me today at 817-775-5364 or at thetexaslawdog.com. That's thetexaslawdog.com.
Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! I'm talking to you! Thanks for hanging out with us. This is TSI Mike, and now that we've got your attention, we're bringing you every single game of the NBA and NHL playoffs while supporting SickKids Hospital in Toronto through our Playoff Pulse campaign. Let's grow our global community. Hit that subscribe button, turn on that bell, and join the action.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Joe Bowen here, voice of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Playoff Pulse on Toronto Sports Insider is all about playoff thrills and making a difference, with 100% of Leaf playoff stream revenue going directly to SickKids for their life-saving treatments and research. We're aiming for 100,000 insiders to boost our impact. So subscribe now and be a part of this incredible movement. Holy Mackinac! Let's show SickKids Hospital we're here for them. Join us today.
Hey you, yeah you, Easton Cowan, Leafs prospect here. I'm loving these Playoff Pulse live hangouts. Subscribe and turn on the bell to catch every game. Keep the chat buzzing and let's cheer for SickKids together. See you in the chat.
Jersey just 3.5 months ago. Nate McKinnon goes down, feeds it across. The crowd letting the Colorado netminder, who's never been in a situation like this before, hear it. Stars stretch it out to Donov. We're not quite in overtime, but it feels like it. The tension inside the building certainly does. Nate McKinnon with the flip. Short hop on Ottinger. Calmly stopped it, got the glove on it, and freezes with 5:24 to go.
Why wouldn't it be tied with the embers dimming a little bit in regulation? I mean, just the daffiness of the series. A broken stick by Cale Makar trying to pound a power play shot toward the net leads to a penalty at the other end, and then ultimately a power play goal to tie the game. Unreal.
That goes off of Gerard's skate, like you mentioned, so one more bounce. Colorado's Nichushkin gives way to his own defenseman, Lindgren to Manson, and then back for Lindgren. And the Avalanche end of the ice. Now ahead, it's Nelson. Nelson gets it deep. Labushkin trying to pull away from Nichushkin, and he will. Left wing side. Wrapped back to the near wing, Granlund. Ties up with Manson. It's loose, and Mikko Rantanen, the most dangerous man in Dallas, has it on the right wing. Down into the corner where Rope Hintz feeds it along, keeps it moving for Bischel. Turns and uses that big body to protect. Bischel inched up the wall, then flung it around. where it's taken by the Stars. Hintz snaps it up high. Petrovic, his shot redirected, but then stopped to the corner by Manson. He turned it over. Didn't get much on it. Sagan with a blast. And Blackwood holds on. 4:19 left in a tied third period.
Starting to see the Avalanche now get back to what has gotten them in trouble at times in the series, where basically they're just trying to pass their problem along. There's some exhaustion down there, but their D are starting to make some clumsy plays with the puck all of a sudden. You can feel the Stars on their toes, edged on by this crowd.
Face-off win by Dallas. Petrovic shot, and a penalty coming up is going to go against Colorado. A holding call. Drury is irate, filling in the referee as he heads to the box. 4:13 to play. Dallas has a chance to go in front.
Well, Tyler Sagan won the face-off against Jack Drury. And then as Tyler kept his legs kind of churning toward the net, the two of them were in a bear hug. And that has the Avalanche bench incensed. And it has set the table for, could you even possibly believe it, a Mikko Rantanen hat trick to give the Stars the lead in Game 7.
Stars control it. Thomas Harley to the right side. Rantanen now back for Harley. Dallas 0 for 3 on the power play in the game. They've scored in all but one this series. Rantanen goes low. Duchesne across. Score! Wyatt Johnston! Mr. Game 7 does it again!
Man, that kid in a Game 7 is as lethal as a nutmeg injection. What a pass from Duchesne. That's the second time in this building, in this series, that's been the combination. They have rattled the Avalanche to the core.
Wyatt Johnston with a power play goal. Apologies, I misspoke before. They're now 2 for 4 on the power play. That Rantanen power play goal with a few seconds remaining. Any way you slice it, the Stars have turned Game 7 on its head and then flipped it for good measure afterwards. Makar in. He curls behind the net. Wrap around, and it stayed out. Ceci off the stick of Dodonov, pressuring to get it out. Ceci will. And ahead for Dodonov. We're close to the range where Jared Bednar is going to call for his netminder. Ticking towards the final 3 minutes of regulation. 3-2 the Stars with 3 unanswered in about 9 minutes of time here in the third. Cleared out by Dallas. This is icing against the Stars. 2:56 to go.
Look at this building. What a rally. What a night for special teams in Game 7. There's a lot of times in a Game 7 where the special teams are just a moot point. They're an afterthought. It gets played 5-on-5. Not tonight. Blackwood stays in net here.
With 2:56 remaining on the clock, face-off in the Star zone. Colorado controls, shot wide by Girard. The Avalanche have to feel like they've been hit by a tornado. It's in the slot, backhand off of bodies. The chance for Drury, the man who was in the box when Johnston scored his third goal of this series. Blackwood remains put, flipped down to the corner. It's a tie-up along the boards. Precious seconds coming off the clock, under 2.5 to play. Manson shot off of bodies again, past the corner of the crease. Drury then knocked down by Harley, and Hintz is able to clear. Slowed down, nowhere near enough for icing. Girard ahead to Cale Makar, who might not leave the ice again the rest of regulation. Same for McKinnon, who shoots it in. And there goes Blackwood. Hits the bench with 2 minutes to go. Stars with a 1-goal lead in Game 7 after 3 straight goals here on home ice. Oscar Beck from his own blue line holds up, leaves for Johnston, couldn't get it deep. Collides with Lehkonen, who hands off for Natchez. Marty Natchez spins back, feeds McKinnon, who dumps it into Ottinger's glove, restarts for Lindell, and cannot flip it out. Nice play by Natchez. Aerially held it in. On the right side boards, Nate McKinnon, across off a bounce, then off the back wall. 1:25 and counting left in the third period. Makar to the left for Natchez. Natchez keeps it on that side for McKinnon, who's met by Steele. The Stars trying to hang on inside their own zone. 1:10 and counting left, and Landeskog couldn't get to it. Makar does, goes back to Landeskog. Makar at the right point. He will inch it down towards the corner. Nelson as we hit the final minute of regulation. Up for Natchez, his shot, save! Ottinger hangs on with 52.7 to play.
That's some heavy work from that group for the Stars to not allow the Avalanche to get it off the boards and interior. Once they did it, it's a muffin from the blue line that Ottinger just devours and hangs on. Now the Avs will take their timeout here, talk over what they'd like to do if they can win a draw to the right of Jake Ottinger. What theater. What a series. Incredible rally. I mean, all these things are lining up again for the Stars. 3-0 in their history against the Avalanche in Game 7. DeBoer 8-0 in his career in Game 7. The Avs 0 for 6 in their last half dozen Game 7s. And it's going to come down to the final minute and whether the Stars can hang on in front of the faithful.
52.7 seconds remain. The Avalanche scored shorthanded in the second period midway through Manson. On a 6-on-5, they added to their lead 31 seconds into the third. 2-0 in the driver's seat. And then the car absolutely derailed thanks to Mikko Rantanen and company. 3 goals, 8:15 apart from the first to the third, and now less than a minute from the finish line. The face-off controlled by Colorado. They set it up. The 6-on-5, Makar off a stick, and it got past the swing of Natchez. Back for McKinnon. Nate McKinnon from an angle. Ottinger deep in his crease. Gobbled it up and hung on with 41.1 to play.
I want to see what the Stars are going to do on this draw. Tyler Seguin got beat clean by Brock Nelson, and they're going to change it up here. You know, the one thing you don't want on the dot right now is a clean face-off win. Make it a fight. Try to win it if you can, but don't lose it clean. Wyatt Johnston out to oppose him.
To the stick side of Ottinger, and the Stars do make it dirty, but it's the Avalanche who have it. Natchez over to McKinnon. Up at the blue line, Makar. Back for McKinnon. McKinnon leaves it for Natchez. 27 seconds to go. Natchez flips to Makar. Now right side, Landeskog off of Ottinger and wide. Natchez holds the zone. 18 seconds to play. Left wing side shot, gloved! Ottinger! He shows it to all of Texas!
They are attaching Bibles to these offerings from the perimeter. They can't get anything near the front of the net. Ottinger's had a beat on everything. His rebound control has been impeccable. Here it is, Game 7.
Sagan and Nelson. And the Avs control the draw, but it's poked by Rantanen. Didn't get it out of the zone. Lindell a swipe, and the Stars. Sagan clears. Rantanen for the hat trick. Of course. The hats rain down, and the Stars will move on. You could not write this any better.
Just complete and total dejection on Mikko Rantanen's former team side, their bench, as the man that was so instrumental in their Stanley Cup win in 2022 just capped off an incredible Game 7 by inviting the Caps to come raining down at American Airlines Center. What an incredible individual. I'll put you on my back performance by Mikko Rantanen. What a rally. Unreal. Just surreal. You know, I can't stop thinking when they were down 2-0, staring straight in the face of being down 3-0 with the Avalanche on the power play, that it's really hard to beat someone that simply won't quit. And that was the start. They got a break, a broken stick, literally a break, and from then on just leveled the Avalanche in their building. What a trade. What a player. What a game.
It's Mikko Rantanen's first career Stanley Cup playoff hat trick. Back-to-back 4-point games. Back-to-back 4-point games in the same period. And a man who has handled an impossible situation as well as anybody on the planet could have handled it since January, sends the Stars on. The puck drops. The final seconds tick away. Dallas, they've done it again. It's on to the second round.
Man, I look down the Avalanche bench. It looks like rigor mortis set in as they just got tasered here in the third period. And the Stars, as weary as they are, come back. It is not an explosion of celebration. Now it is. I guess the streamers are out. But they all come back to congratulate their netminder, salute the crowd, and now line up for handshakes. Gabe Landeskog and Jamie Benn, the two captains, meet at center ice to start the great tradition in our sport. Just absolutely mind-blowing again tonight from Mikko Rantanen. I mean, essentially served with divorce papers by the Avalanche brass. And it's almost like he came into Game 7, and with Game 7 in the balance, showed up to flaunt his new hot girlfriend right in the face of the Avs.
Mikko Rantanen positioned himself last. When they all lined up, he was not the last Stars player. He made sure he would be, because every embrace with every former teammate's going to be a little bit longer for him than for everyone else. The first one with Gabe Landeskog, who had a hero's return himself. Now a hug with Nate McKinnon. And you could truly only envision in your wildest dreams it playing out like this felt like the type of thing you would say, like, wouldn't it be cool if it happened? Well, it just happened. And 18,500 here went absolutely beside themselves in the process.
How about Matt Duchene, too, the two former Avs? Duchene with assists on both the tying goal and the go-ahead goal. The winning goal, a thing of absolute sensational beauty. Cross crease to Wyatt Johnston. I just love handshakes. I mean, they're happier when the home side is pressing flesh, but it is just the greatest thing, especially these two franchises, these two teams that went so hard at one another for 7 games. And I think there was understanding on both sides. Whoever prevailed in this round has one of the best shots at winning the Stanley Cup.
Pete DeBoer and Jared Bednar, the last to shake hands as the Stars salute this crowd, who will see more hockey in May. DeBoer is now 9-0. He is the only person in Stanley Cup playoff history to win 9 Game 7s. Stays perfect against Bednar. And in the wildest of ways, how did what we saw just happen?
As for the historians, it is so reminiscent of Avalanche Stars Game 7s in Dallas. I know it doesn't lead to the Stanley Cup final tonight, but in a lot of ways it kind of does, maybe. But they're always close games. There's always a turning point. And the turning point tonight wore number 96 in green. And special teams did not look like it was going to go the Stars' way. Could you imagine if they give up a shorthanded goal, a pending power play goal, a 6-on-5, and then let's say the Avalanche cash in on that power play they had? We're talking about different things right now, Josh. Instead, they take a bad break, spin Game 7 on its head, and move on against either the St. Louis Blues or the Winnipeg Jets.
Mikko Rantanen with his 4 points, just because if you need to add another layer to it, why not? Finishes the series with 12 points, one ahead of Nate McKinnon for the most by either player, either side. And Mikko Rantanen, you think that first goal he scored earlier in the series meant a lot? You could see the way everybody reacted. For then to have these performances stacked up after that, it's truly, I know we can get stuck in hyperbole, it's the stuff of legends for Mikko Rantanen's first postseason series with the Stars.
Oh, look, this one's going to echo for a long, long time. You know, a guy that never wanted to leave the Avalanche, you know, ever. And ends up getting traded again, and ends up right in their face in a Game 7, and he's the difference in it. He brought to the Stars a staggering playoff pedigree of production. 101 points in his 81 playoff games with the Avalanche. And by the time he's done as a Dallas Star, that might pale in comparison of what he does in Victory Green, because they are celebrating in Dallas tonight because of him.
He did something that in all of his storied time in Colorado, he never did. And that's get a hat trick in a Stanley Cup playoff game as the Stars pick up this 4-2 victory. And look, we talked about the bounces and the wild twisted turns. Razor teams that led at second intermission finished with a losing record in this series, 3-4. I mean, this was unbridled insanity in the greatest form.
Yeah, some of that happened last year too, you know, in the series. We've talked about it many times, bigger leads, but no lead is safe. Not when you have the the level of world-class players that both teams can trot out. In the end, it just looked as though once the Stars got going, the Avalanche got rattled. They couldn't stem the tide. The Stars were flat and dead looking. They really were. And it looked like it was going down a really bad path. But there's something about this team this season where they've been able to overcome a lot of things. The idea that they were going to be able to prevail against a full throttle Avalanche team without their leading and best goal scorer and top offensive player in Jason Robertson and their world-class all-around most valuable player, Miro Heiskanen. Who'd have saw it? But the onboarding of Mikko Rantanen kind of changed things a little bit, and they live to play on, and they're likely going to get healthier as they do play on.
Yeah, Miro Heiskanen, Jason Robertson, both skating with the team. Robertson took his first trot during the optional this morning, and the goal all along was to just make the runway long enough. Well, Dallas, it looked like they were running out of runway, and instead it goes Rantanen, Johnston, Rantanen into an empty net for the hat trick. 4 goals in 12 minutes and 8 seconds in order to flip what felt like certain defeat into advancing for the 6th time in the last 7 trips to the playoffs. The Stars, they have just continued to hurdle every obstacle tossed their way. There's going to be more in the future, but man, they're as battle-tested a team as you'll find.
You know, for all the playoff meetings between these two franchises, this was 7, right, tonight. This Game 7 was more reminiscent of 2020 in the bubble than it was the earlier ones at Reunion Arena, just because the Stars were facing death late, and then Yoel Kiviranta happened. You know, the Stars with finish hat tricks seems to work out beautifully for them in Game 7s, and I think Mikko Rantanen might have led the regular season in hat tricks. The Stars certainly did as a team. They brought on his in the regular season. I think it's his 4th if you combine the first 82 and this. So he's got a bit of a habit of bringing the hats on down, and just feel great for everybody, and especially him, though, because you mentioned the most significant part of it. I can't even imagine how difficult this series was for Rantanen in the beginning, and it wasn't going very well. He was stuck in the mud. He was getting asked questions. There was a lot of talk all over the place about, is it just too difficult for him mentally to get through this against that team? Well, once he got going, he answered that thing emphatically, and there was no stopping him. They halted him and the Stars a little bit at home in Game 6, but he just took over, dominated, and won Game 7 for the Dallas Stars.
You're absolutely right. You bring the parallels to 2020, and how many times did you and I have conversations about the bizarre nature of that venue and wondering during that magnificent run and all those late-game heroics and that run to the Stanley Cup Final, can you just imagine what it would feel like if that was done in a packed American Airlines Center? We got to see it. You got to witness it tuning into this broadcast, and hopefully it came through the airwaves, because it was an absolute zoo in here. And the Stars, they gave their fans a reason to go crazy, and they went crazy.
Yeah, but I felt so bad for 2020 that they got robbed. Fans in general, but certainly the Dallas Stars fans got robbed of what we just witnessed here tonight and what has become habitual. They have all these games.
Hey, sports fans, thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Toronto Sports Insider during the Playoff Pulse. Our mission is simple: bringing sports fans together to hang out, cheer, and change the world one insider at a time, while supporting SickKids Hospital in Toronto every single game.
Cheers, insiders and sports fans from around the world. The Playoff Pulse campaign on Toronto Sports Insider is uniting fans worldwide through the thrill of NHL and NBA playoffs. Every game, every fan, every moment counts. The link is pinned in the chat and in the description. Check out our campaign page. Donate if you can, or share it with friends. Holy Mackinac! Every click helps sick kids heal the future. Just by being here, you have already made an impact. Now, chat it up, keep it classy, and let's keep changing the world one insider at a time.
Winning goal is going to be the kid, and it's tough to overlook that. But the hero of Game 7 is the man they call Moose.
Yeah, if I would have told you Wyatt Johnston gets another game winner in Game 7, you'd think for sure that's the top story. No, Wyatt, the night belongs to Mikko, but truly it belongs to Dallas. It belongs to this Stars team, and a club that really feels like it is built with depth to withstand whatever gets tossed their way. Man, Razor, a lot got tossed their way, and so far they've withstood it. And now they're going to get another opponent who's going to play 7 games too and has gone through their battles, be it Winnipeg or St. Louis.
Somewhere along the way, obviously they have designs on winning the Stanley Cup, you're going to have to get through somebody quickly. You can't keep going, the distance or close to it over and over and have enough at the tail end to get through whoever you would be facing come either conference final if you get through that Stanley Cup final. But, man, winning tonight, you can see the path becoming more asphalt than country road now, right? St. Louis beats Winnipeg in Game 7. You get the Blues instead of the number 1 team in the National Hockey League in the regular season. Vegas looked fallible in their series against Minnesota. The Oilers, the Kings got grossly outcoached in that series. And you always wonder about Edmonton's goaltending. You never really wonder about the Dallas Stars net minding. And, Otter with a lead in the dying moments of this game didn't have to come up with one of those larcenous saves, but he had to be tidy. He didn't give him any crumbs. And just an incredible, delirious night and finish to Game 7 in Dallas, Texas.
Finish appropriately, quite literally. For the Avalanche on their side, you mentioned what it looked like on their bench. They have to be probably still in the locker room, still in their gear, trying to figure out how this one got away. It's not the same team at all, but it's 7 straight Game 7 losses for the Avalanche, who have not won a Game 7 since 2002. The motto for them was built different, and they were. Full marks to them. It's an incredible team. It was an incredible series. This one's going to take a long time to get over, especially considering how and who it went down the stretch with.
Yeah, I mean, starting with their best player, Nate McKinnon. Can you imagine what's running through his mind right now? It'll be interesting to see his comments and just see the emotion of seeing the guy that he was, tag team with all those years and winning a Stanley Cup with him, basically just take over, winner take all game here tonight. It was the fixer-upper Avs against the late-season leaky roof, overcome adversity Dallas Stars, and they did it again here tonight.
So the Stars come back with 4 unanswered in the third period to win Game 7 4-2, to win the best-of-7 opening round series 4-3, and move to 4-0 all-time against Colorado in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and on to the second round for the 6th time in their last 7 trips. And Razor, you ready to do a little bit more hockey?
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking, though, like you said, 4 answered goals in the third period. That's the third 4-goal period by a team in the last 6 in this series, or last 5 in this series. Isn't that crazy?
It was an absolutely insane series, and it was the perfect finish from a Stars standpoint.
Like, the first goal of the series was that goofy goal that was kicked in by Arturi Lehkonen, and the goal that Mikko Rantanen scored just diving in behind the net that rattles off the skate blade of Sam Girard. I mean, it was just, the whole series was unfettered and unbridled at times, and the Stars survived all of it, and they move on.
Kind of the motto of the season. The Stars have survived all of it, and they move on. They will take the winner of tomorrow's Game 7 between Winnipeg and St. Louis. But for tonight, the Stars, they get the victory in the most wild of fashions here in front of another sold-out, going nuts crowd at American Airlines Center. So the Stars, hang on, are we hearing something from the studio? Oh, you know what? Let's jump on. Let's bring him on. We're going to be joined by Matt Duchesne here live before we sign off. Matt, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, first off, Matt, congratulations. I mean, that was an insane roller coaster to watch. Can you just take us what it was like to play it?
Oh man, I might need a 24-hour sleep here. My God, I've been noticing more and more gray hairs and white hairs in my beard and my head, and I the last 4 playoff series here, I'm giving that I'm giving that the credit for that. So, my God, what a game, and we had so many big efforts tonight, and guys just doing big things at big times, and that's what it takes. And there's going to be a lot more of that needed down the road. Mikko had that first one tonight. That's going to be a memorable individual performance, and we're going to need more from other guys down the line here. So work's just beginning, which is scary because it feels like it should be over after that. But my God, I'm over the moon right now, and I can't tell you how much I prayed the last few days. Just for I don't know if God concerns himself with hockey, but it felt like it tonight.
Dutchie, you more than anybody can understand what Mikko Rantanen was going through in this series, because you're a former Av as well. You've had to play against your former team in that. How difficult is that to go through something like this and then come up clutch like you did last year and like he did here tonight?
Yeah, it's you saw a switch flip, I think, in Game 6 for him. He just decided that he was going to take over, and he's big enough, strong enough, skilled enough to do that. And, I think it was great. It was great to see. And, like I said, we're going to need more guys to step up throughout the playoffs here and have big moments. And that's what it takes. You look at any team that wins the cup, they have that all the way along. So, it was huge for him tonight. Otter was great all series. I mean, he did his thing. We had some big PKs tonight, and obviously our power play came up huge there at the end with 2 goals. So we finally got a damn bounce too, for God's sake. So that felt good. On Mikko's second. So we earned it. We deserved it, and we'll see who we're playing now. I can't wait to take a much needed day tomorrow to just kind of reflect and get ready. So it was great.
What was the exhaustion level down there at ice level? I mean, travel back and forth, a hard-hitting series, 7 games. Both teams had delayed travel yesterday. Was it a case of just will over skill most of the game here tonight?
I don't think so. I think we're just as skilled as they are. I think we're just as good. We're deeper. They made their team deeper. Their GM did a heck of a job. I think they made that team to play us. I really do. I think that was
sure.
They're a heavier, harder team than last year and deeper. And I think but we didn't go away. We didn't. I got a penalty. There were 7 minutes left. I wanted to cry in the penalty box. We're up 2-1, and Rupe goes and makes an unbelievable individual play, draws a penalty, and then we score back-to-back on power plays. And, big draw win by Segi, draws a penalty. There's so many little things that happen in the series that contribute. And
right.
It takes a village, man. It takes an absolute village.
Matt, can I ask you, this was 2 teams that kept going at it, but Colorado is good as anybody in the league statistically at closing games out in the third period. And you guys 3 times came back from second intermission deficits to win games in the series, and tonight you gave up what usually is that catastrophic opening minute goal in the third. What was the mood like at ice level on the bench, and how did you guys fight through all of that and rally your way back?
You just go and put one foot in front of the other and go shift by shift. I wanted to throw up when they scored the second one. I mean, not going to lie, you're starting to think thoughts that you don't want to be thinking, and then you shut them down, and then you go out and you're like, no, I'm going to make a difference here. And I got that really good look there. side of the net. Goalie made a great save. I was like, damn, that might have been my chance, and to make a difference tonight. But then you gotta flush it and keep going. It's unbelievable how much mental discipline it takes. And when we got that last power play, I felt like, okay, this is it. And I just honestly, I went to the net, which isn't my spot. Went to the goal line because I wanted to make that play. I knew it would be there, and Johnny had a great finish. It was a great play by Mikko, getting it to me at the right time, and boom, it's we're up with 2.5 minutes left, so that was huge.
Got to ask you about your coach. He's 9-0 now. He doesn't let on to anything that he does. He always talks about players decide these games. Is there anything about him that you've noticed that tips things in your favor as a coach heading into these Game 7s?
I just think he brings just a level of calm and a level of confidence to our group, and he believes in us. That's the biggest thing. I mean, we feel the love and we feel the belief from him, and I've always thought that separates the great coaches from the good or the average. And you can feel when your coach believes in you, and he does. And he knew we could go get it done. And we obviously have 2 big injuries, but Jim's done a great, unbelievable job insulating us and allowing us to have so much depth that we can afford to have 2 great players out like that and still win. So, we'll full speed ahead here. We'll see what the next tomorrow brings and who we're playing, and we'll get ready to rock. The work's just beginning. We got we're a quarter of the way there. We got tons left, so away we go.
Well, an outstanding job by you and the guys tonight. You got the game winner against them last year in Game 6. You get the primary helper on the game and series clinching goal here with just under 4 minutes to play in Game 7. Just incredible stuff, and we appreciate you taking the time with us, Matt.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Way to
appreciate
go,
it.
Dutchie.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
All right, so Matt Duchesne, and we invite you to keep it tuned right here because Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine, they've got so much more for you on the post-game show brought to you by 7-Eleven and Toyota. So thank you for joining us. We've got more hockey. It's ticket exclusives from here on out. Big thanks up here to Handsome Johnny, Big Kern for Daryl Ray. I'm Josh Bogorod saying so long. Enjoy this one, Dallas. That was quite the hockey game. 4-2, the Stars come back and beat the Avalanche, win the series in 7 games. The post game is next, and we will talk to you again in the second round on the ticket.
This is Dallas Stars.
All times are Eastern, and make sure to remember that all games, times, and schedules are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. There is only one game on the schedule, and at 8 p.m., the Dallas Stars face off against the Colorado Avalanche. The Stars can be heard on SiriusXM Channel 91, Internet 928, and the Avalanche are on Internet 926. Make sure to stay tuned into SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 for 24/7 hockey coverage throughout the season and the latest from all around the hockey world. I'm Zach Crawford with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Saturday, May the 3rd. All times are Eastern, and make sure to remember that all games, times, and schedules are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. There is only one game on the schedule, and at 8 p.m., the Dallas Stars face off against the Colorado Avalanche. The Stars can be heard on SiriusXM Channel 91, Internet 928, and the Avalanche are on Internet 926. Make sure to stay tuned into SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 for 24/7 hockey coverage throughout the season and the latest from all around the hockey world. I'm Zach Crawford with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Saturday, May the 3rd. All times are Eastern, and make sure to remember that all games, times, and schedules are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. There is only one game on the schedule, and at 8 p.m., the Dallas Stars face off against the Colorado Avalanche. The Stars can be heard on SiriusXM Channel 91, Internet 928, and the Avalanche are on Internet 926. Make sure to stay tuned into SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91 for 24/7 hockey coverage throughout the season and the latest from all around the hockey world.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
Iron Mike Keenan, former NHL head coach, came on the morning skate with Scott Laughlin and Gord Stellick for SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. That's SiriusXM Channel 91. He was on to promote his new book, Iron Mike, My Life Behind the Bench, and he took some time to talk about his career, specifically the regrets